gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we ride, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rumble, the birds singing, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet waves, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome to ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. My name is Eric Chacon, and I welcome you to our broadcast of the featured game of the week, where the Mile High Grizzlies are hosting the Colorado Cobras. Looking for a very interesting matchup today, where the high-powered offense of the Colorado Cobras with Mike Shea and his 5 horsemen, which include an all-star receiver cast, go against one of the #1 defenses in the Colorado Football Conference right now. It has to be the Mile High Grizzlies. They've stuffed some. They've done a really good job of stuffing some high-powered offenses so far this season. So we're looking for a very exciting game. And at the flip, it looks as if the Colorado Cobras will be receiving the ball from the Grizzlies. So right off the bat, we get to see that high-powered offense go against that high-powered defense on an exciting matchup today. Now, this is going to be a little bit different for me because of a different facility. So give me a second here and I'll tell you that number 25, Jordan Williams, will be kicking off. And unfortunately, I can't see those numbers, but I'm sure number 2, Todd Wells, is down there. And they don't want to give it to him. They went ahead and squibbed it, but that doesn't stop him. He picks it up, and he's looking for room. He cuts out to his right. He's cutting back to his left. He's trying to find a blocker, and he gets it. And he's creaking down the sideline, cuts back inside, and the whistle's blown. He must have stepped out of bounds. What an athletic performance given by Todd Wells, and a beautiful return from a real tough kick as well. I mean, they squibbed it so that he wouldn't get it. And that boy's got the athleticism to go ahead and find that ball and make a big difference. And it looks like they're getting the ball right at the 37. And onto the field comes Mike Shea and his offense against Marcus Miller, James Yeager, all the big boys over there at the Mile High Grizzlies. D'Ambro, Finch, Luke Koger's out there. It'll be a very exciting matchup. So here come the Cobras out. And it looks like they're going to spread formation, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, max protection in the backfield, and the Grizzlies still have that 3-5. And here comes the blitz from the corner. It's picked up. Shea throws the ball, and he's caught by number 2. He cuts back inside, and good gain on first down. Whistle's blown to stop the clock for the chains to move, and right off the bat, the Grizzlies blitz. That max protection is there to break you up that blitz. That gives Mike Shea enough time to find this star receiver, Todd Wells, and right away, first down on the first throw. Beautiful pass and catch by the Colorado Cobras. Now, as you're watching, I had mentioned it before on the last Grizzlies broadcast, is watch how they run this 5-3 defense. You got 3 front linemen and 5 linebackers. See the 3 in the middle and the 2 on the outside standing up. They can provide pressure. Oh, the handoff goes right to James Ray, but here comes the laundry on the field. The white hat saw something back there, and he's calling it holding against the Cobras. Even with the hold, the Grizzly defense was strong enough to push through and make that tackle for a small gain, but that gain is going to be subtracted by the penalty. And here comes the holding Cobras. Looks like the referee didn't wear his ref mic today, so I guess I'll do my best to decipher what it is that he's trying to communicate. So that will be a replay of downs, but it will be a nice loss on the game, on the play. So they're on the there on the Grizzlies' 49-yard line. Gives about half a field to work with here at 1st and long. And there's the spread again, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Max protection in the backfield next to Mike Shea. And it looks as if those Grizzlies are not getting out of that 3-5. They really like it. The thing on that 3-5 is the pressure can come from anywhere. And here comes the pressure. Mike Shea's feeling it. He gets the ball out on time, and it's almost picked off. Receiver was there to catch the ball, but the longtime CFC veteran, number 13, DeAmbrose Finch, was there to almost take it back to the house. If he gets his hands on that ball, there's nobody there to stop him. That would have been 7 points for sure. So that puts us at 2nd and long. Mike Shea is making some good throws, just that DeAmbrose Finch had the angle on that and was able to get over there and break that catch up. 2nd and long for your Cobras. Grizzlies have made no change in their defensive package. All right, same formation, just the receivers are in different spots here. We got 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Max protection for Shea, and he fades back. He's looking for a quick throw. Doesn't see it, opens it up. Todd Wells makes an amazing catch, and he's going for the run, and DeAmbrose Finch catches him. Not quite a horse collar, but close enough. But another beautiful catch and pass from Shea to Todd Wells for another Cobras first down. Todd Wells is tapping his helmet. He looks like he wants a rest. And he's getting it. And out comes number 2, Todd Wells. And in comes number 6, Mondo Delgado. I don't blame Todd for taking a rest. He's done a lot of running this drive so far, and he's made a big difference. So now it's 1st and 10 at the, what does that look like, the 7-yard line? And Mike Shea switches it up a little bit. You've got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And the Grizzlies are looking to show some pressure. They give it to James Ray, and he gets hit immediately by that Cobra defense. Number 77 of the Grizzlies was in on the tackle. And that is Dennis Stefanich. Actually, I think this is Dennis's 3rd or 4th year. I know he's been in the league a little while, and that's why, because he's still there to make the tackles when they need to be made. Great spot, great work by number 77. But the blitz was coming on the outside. And if you notice, it looks like you've got Marcus Miller on the outside. You got, oh, that's got to be Zach the Annihilator Anaya right there in the middle at Mike linebacker. Different formation this time, spreading them out with the tight end. Single back formation. Grizzlies still on the 3-5, and the snap is made. Mike is looking to throw. Here comes the blitz. Intercepted! I called his name, and he recovers it. Number 56 on the interception. Looks like Zach, the Annihilator Anaya, finds that ball, spots it out, intercepts it, stops the Cobra drive inside their own 10-yard line, and it is a turnover with Zach Anaya making the big play for the big defense of your Mile High Grizzlies. Okay. All right, you'll have to forgive us as we're having some audio difficulties. Hopefully you can hear me. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. Oh, you can hear me. She can't hear me. I'm used to talking to myself. In order for one to have an intelligent conversation, one is forced to speak to oneself. Okay, now here comes the Mile High Grizzlies. On offense, they go with a 2 tight end set, 2 receivers on the outside, single back set. And the handoff is up the middle, and the Cobras are there to meet him. Bring him down quick. Looks like he gained about 1 yard on that carry. And am I reading that right? Is that number 8? Yes, that is. E.J. Bogany. He took a lot of damage in that game against the Greyhawks, and I know they traveled to Pueblo after that. Took a lot more damage, but credit to E.J. Bogany with his toughness as he's still going out there and he's still battling hard. He's running this Grizzly offense. Now we're going into an I formation with receiver to the left and the right, dual tight ends. Looks like they're thinking about running up the middle, but then they send number 7 in motion. Cuts it across, all your receivers to the left. As he's waiting for the snap, he lets it go, hands off up to the middle to the fullback, pushes forward. Looks like maybe another 1-yard gain. So this is turning out to be an exciting defensive game, where last week the Cobras played the Greyhawks and gave up a lot of yardage in the middle on the run game. But Gene Essman, owner, head coach, and defensive coordinator for the Colorado Cobras, has done an excellent job of sewing that up, putting it back together. And as the Grizzlies try that middle attack, the Cobras are not letting them do it. Excellent job by the Colorado Cobras. That takes us to third down. Big third down play deep in their own territory. And EJ decides to spread him out. He's got a max protection package going on, but he's got 2 to the left and 1 to the right. And if you recall from last week's broadcast, the Cobras are liking that 4-4 defense. And he's reading that defense, looking for an open guy to throw to, I'm sure. As he asks for the snap, he gets it. He fades back. Pressure's coming from the outside, and EJ gets sacked for a big loss on the play. Can't see that number. Did you see that number? Number 24 of the Colorado Cobras. Number 20. Yep, Jacoby Williams coming from the outside of defensive end position, chases down one of the fastest receivers in the Colorado Football Conference, EJ Bogany, and brings him down for a big loss on the play. So it looks like they're flip-flopping from my original broadcast. I had talked about the Grizzlies' powerful defense against the Cobras' powerful offense, and it looks like it's an opposite today. So far, the Cobras' defense is looking absolutely incredible. And Mike Shea and that Cobras offense did a pretty good job moving down the field until that pick by Zach and Nina. Here's your punt. There's a little bit of pressure, but he gets that kick off. It's a high flying, and James Ray catches the ball just past the 50, and he cuts out to his right. He's still got yardage to gain, and he's coming back left. He's got room. He's got blockers. He cuts outside. One guy to beat. Street stretches out. Waiting for the call from the officials. Puts his hands in the air. That's a Colorado Cobra touchdown. Big catch and carry by number 14, James Ray of the Colorado Cobras, and that puts 6 points on the board. It is now Colorado Cobras 6, Mile High Grizzlies 0. Thank you for watching Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. All right, the Cobras were late to get their players out on the field, and here they come for the extra point. Looks like they got enough time to get it out. The holder's waiting for the kicker to set up. He's ready. He asks for the ball. He gets it. It's down. The kick is up, and it looks good to me. And the referees confirm it. Their hands go in the air, and that is now 7 points for the Colorado Cobras, 0 for the Mile High Grizzlies, with 8 minutes, 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Impressive catch and run by number 14 of the Colorado Cobras, James Ray. Now, in week 1 of the season, ColoradoSports.TV brought to you the game of the Greyhawks versus the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies in that game were pretty nervous about the kick return power of the Greyhawks, and they kicked the ball out of bounds on purpose every opportunity they had, even on kickoffs and on punts. Why they pulled away from that with a player like James Ray in that backfield. By far, James Ray was second place in voting for MVP of the league last year. You can tell that kid makes a big difference when he's on the field. He plays running back, he plays wide receiver, he can play safety, he can play quarterback, and you could tell he does a great job of fielding punts. So after that score, the Colorado Cobras are lining up to kick it, and it looks like... Oh, I can't see who that kicker is, so I complained last week a little bit about those green numbers on them white jerseys, and I'm still struggling with it, but I'll try. But that kick is up. He's fading back. He's in his own end zone, but he decides to bring it out, and he's got a wall of blockers. They're calling him to his left, and he's taking that route. Finally gets matched up. Big tackle on the play. Can't see the number quite yet. Number 22 of the Colorado Cobras. Eric McLean on the tackle. Nice hit on that play to stop that returner. He had a wall of defenders in front of him, but 22 had what it took to zoom up in there and get around those tackles and make a great stop on the play. Now it's 1st and 10, and it looks like the Grizzlies are at their own 18-yard line. Grizzlies are trying to figure out what they want to do, and it looks like they've got it figured out. And here comes E.J. Bogany and his big boys there to block him. He's got a max protection going on with a tight end to the right, 2 receivers out left and right. He's got 2 tight ends, actually. No, he doesn't. Max protection. Takes that snap. He's rolling out to his right. There's a Colorado Cobra in front of him. He gets around him. He's trying to throw it. Throws it forward. It is an incomplete pass, but pressure on the play by big number 56 of the Colorado Cobras. That's not 56. Who was that? 58, Rob Christensen, playing both D-line and O-line, making a big difference. But look at the presence of mind by E.J. Bogany. He was trying to find his open receivers, and the coverage was there. So before he took the sack, he was smart enough to throw that ball forward to make it an incompletion instead of a huge loss for a sack. Great heads-up play by E.J. Bogany as he lines his offense right back up, and he's spreading them out. He's got 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back standing next beside him. Looks like he's got a tight end to his right as well, and the Cobras are still in that 4-4 defense. EJ asks for the ball, and he gets it, and the blitz is coming from the outside. It's a screen play, but it's immediately wrapped up on the play. Number 21 on the Colorado Cobras looks like Damon Madman McNeil on the tackle immediately. Damon, I've been able to watch him a couple times this year, and he is playing at a completely different level. He's got some motivation. He's making big-time plays in this big-time sport, in this big-time league. Great job by Damon the Madman McNeil. So that puts it 3rd and 10. Big 3rd down play. Let's see if this Colorado Cobra defense can hold up and get him to a 3 and out on this play. E.J. Bogany thinks he's got it figured out. He's sending 2 to the left, 2 to the right. You knew they were throwing, I knew they were throwing, and so do the Cobras, because that 10 yards is hard to gain on the ground against this Cobras defense. Looks like they're providing some pressure up to the right side, and EJ's fighting back. He gets that ball off. It is caught. He's fighting for extra yardage. Falls forward. That's enough for a Mile High Grizzly 1st down. EJ Bogany. Did we see the receiver on that play? Number 7, Lance Wilson on the catch. Grizzlies get the 1st down. Great job by E.J. Bogany and Lance Wilson to connect on that play for a 1st down and keep the drive alive. Looks like the Cobras defense is set and ready to go, and here comes E.J. Bogany and the boys. Looks like he's going 2 to the right, 2 to the left. He liked his spread option there. Now the defense is fading back a little bit. EJ's asking for the ball, and there he goes. And fake handoff in the middle. He's fading back. He sees something. He throws it. Catch on the play. Another big 1st down play. Number 12 of the Mile High Grizzlies, Eric Rouse, catches it, and it's another 1st and 10 as the chains move. The clock stops until the box is set. And here comes E.J. Bogany and his boys moving that ball down the field. Didn't take them long to figure out this Cobra defense. It's just excellent execution on both sides of the ball so far. All right, it's taking a minute for EJ to get his act together, but he's got it figured out. They break that huddle, and different spread this time. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Running back in the backfield. Cobra still in that 4-4, but they've got some defensive ends standing up this time. Let's see if they try to create some pressure with this. EJ asks for the ball, and he gets it, and here comes the pressure, both from outside. EJ tries to get away from it, throws it. It's caught, but it is caught out of bounds. The catch doesn't count. That takes us to 2nd down. It was the pressure provided by the Colorado Cobra defensive ends that made the difference. The outside started to crash on both sides. It forced EJ Bogany to roll outside. He did a good job getting rid of that ball instead of taking the sack. threw it in a spot the receiver could catch it. Problem was that spot was out of bounds, so that catch does not count. 2nd and 10 with 6 minutes, 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Score is 7-0, Cobras over the Grizzlies. Here comes EJ spreading them out again. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, single back. And the Cobras still in that forefront, standing forefront on the ends. Worked last time, see if it works this time. Hands it up the middle, number 14. He pushes forward, tries to bounce out. In on the tackle was big number 57 of the Colorado Cobras. That is John Big Country Cobra in a Big Country Dozier on the tackle. Sorry about that, Country, but great play on there. The Colorado Cobras defense sniffed that play out immediately. Looked like a delayed handoff, but that defensive line was there and they read it well. One of the benefits that they have on that defensive line. Oh, it looks like the Grizzlies have called a timeout. Water's going out in the field, and as they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back to the Colorado Sports TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. After that timeout, the Cobras defense seems ready. Both sides are liquidated, and here comes the Mile High Grizzly offense on, looks like it'd be about a 3rd and 9 possession here. Big defense, time for a big play on defense here to stop this drive, but EJ's got him spread out again. Looks like he's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He asks for the ball, and he gets it, and he's fading back. Pressure's coming from the outside. He gets a little bit deep. A little overthrown. It was up and high. 18 tried to catch it. Stretched out. Just could not bring it down. Cy Patterson did everything he could on that to go vertical and bring that ball down. It was just too high. And it looks like the Mile High Grizzlies will have to punt on this play. So nice defensive hold there by the Colorado Cobras. After letting up a couple of good first down plays, the Colorado Cobras eventually seal it up. And let's see, looks like we got number 56 kicking. Zach, the Annihilator Anaya, your middle linebacker, takes the snap, and he punts that thing, and it's a beautiful punt. But there's your Cobra ready to receive it, and he gets it, and he's keeping to his right. Now he's looking for a cutback. He's waiting for his blockers. He's got plenty of blockers, and he finally gets brought down. Just in number 14, James Ray with the reception on the kick, but this time the Mile High Grizzlies special teams unit was not going to let him score, but they did give up some pretty good yardage, and looks like they're going to be starting right at about the 35, 36-yard line. And then on to the field comes Mike Shea and his 5 horsemen of receivers, and he really does have an excellent receiving crew with Brian Ritter, Todd Wells, Dustin Brackett. The names go on and on. They've got an excellent receiving crew. Scott Adams is in there. Terrence Johnson, C.J. Bryan. It's going to great group of receivers for a great passing quarterback like Mike Shea. So here we go. He's got 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Max protection in the backfield next to him. And the Grizzlies are sneaking up the line. Marcus Miller's up there. He fades back out, though. Looks like he's covering the flats. He throws the ball out. Is it intercepted? Yes, it is. And he stands up to run it back. Number 30's got the ball. He's running to his left side, waiting for his blockers, and he got him. Finally gets wrapped up. In a big interception on the play by number 30, longtime CFC veteran Steve Height is on that play. Sniffed it out, grabbed it. Looks like we have an injury on the field. I didn't see how the injury happened, but on those interceptions, one thing that the Grizzlies have always been good on those crackback blocks. They're always good at, after an interception, finding somebody to hit, and it looks like they did that this time. 85 is on the 35 is on the ground. Toshi, longtime CFC veteran, Toshi Richards, hoping he's okay. Looks like he's popped up. And he's walking off the field under his own power a little bit. He's got a little bit of limp going on. Are we sure that's 35? Okay. All right, Toshi. Good job, buddy. Tough player there, Toshi Richards. Been in this league a very long time. But after that big defensive play by Steve Height, the Grizzlies have 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line, at the Cobra 17-yard line. So we're about to see how tough this Colorado Cobra defense can be. Can they stop the Grizzlies from scoring and keep the lead? And here comes E.J. Bogany and the boys. Spreading them out inside the 20. He's got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Running back in the backfield with him. The Cobras stay in that 4-4 defense. BJ scouting the defense. He likes what he sees. He's rolling out to his left. He wants to keep it. And he's running forward, but the Grizzlies are there to stop him. Good gain on the play. It looks like he's gained about 3 yards on the play. But they can still get a 1st down on this drive. Interesting call. They said E.J. Bogany's got the talent. Let's let him use it. And they let him run out there and gain a 3 yards on the play. He needs to run that clock. Run the clock, please. Can you tell him run the clock?
Run the clock.
1 second, please.
Completion number 7, Lance Wilson. That's a mile-high Grizzly touchdown.
Sorry about that, folks. I had to go take care of the clock management. Looks like number 7 of the Grizzlies, Lance Wilson, takes the catch for a touchdown. Puts 6 points on the board for the Grizzlies. And up for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good, and we have a tied ball game here. 7 apiece with 5 minutes, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. Of our technical equipment are working, and it seems like everything is going good here. So after that touchdown drive, after the big interception by Steve Height, we're at 7 apiece with 5 minutes, 3 seconds left in the first quarter. And the Grizzlies are lining up here for the kickoff. And in the backfield, it looks like we got 14 James Ray and 2 Todd Wells. They kick it towards Wells. He lets it bounce out of the end zone. That'll be a touchback. It looks like that they don't really want to kick that ball up too high and give those returners a chance to run it back. Excellent job on special teams by the kicker. And here comes the big defense of the Mile High Grizzlies. Looks like there's been a substitution made on their line. They brought in number 57, Nate Williams. On that 3 front, when you run a 3 front, it's really nice to have a big man right in the middle, and that's exactly what they've got there with Nate Washington. So here comes Mike Shea, spreading them out, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, running back there to protect him. As Marcus Miller blitzes in on them, the handoff goes to James Ray, and he's immediately swallowed up. 45 on the tackle. I believe that's James Yeager, but I'm going to confirm it. And yes, number 45, James Yeager, in on the tackle. Loss. Yeah, ends up losing 2 yards on that play. Nice read by James Yeager. Yeah, there you go. Excellent. All right, here comes Mike Shea. Lining up, spreading them out. He's looking to throw it. Quick pitch out. Caught immediately, then tapped down. That was one heck of a tap down. Looks like number 80? 88 on the catch, and that's Dustin Brackett. But there is laundry. They're calling it a personal foul, roughing the passer. That is going to give them an automatic first down. Should be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. And that kind of penalty will always keep the drive alive. Beautiful pass and catch, though, from Mike Shea to Dustin Brackett, making those outside defenders watch their coverage. They break the huddle, and they got a long way to get to the line of scrimmage as they move the box. Oh, my goodness, there he goes. All right. Looks like he's spreading them out again. Stacked receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And here comes the blitz right up the middle. Zachariah, they hand it off to 14, and James Ray cuts outside, cuts back inside. He's breaking tackles, making people miss. Big first down run for James Ray, number 14 of the Colorado Cobras. What's interesting is they blitzed up the middle. James Ray saw it, cut back right, stayed inside the tackles, making defenders miss, moving that ball forward. Big play by big-time receiver James Ray of your Colorado Cobras. There we go. Okay. Alrighty, so looks like they changed up their defensive line a little bit. Brought somebody else in at nose tackle. And did they put Nate outside? It looks like they did. Shea spreading them out to the left, to the right. 3-man rush. Brush comes in the outside. Shea's waiting for somebody to get open. Avoiding tacklers in the backfield, trying to get rid of that ball. He decides to keep it, runs out of bounds. Great heads-up play by Mike Shea. Big 57. Nate Washington was on the chase, and Mike Shea knew it. He rolled outside, gained positive yards on first down, ran out of bounds to avoid any contacts. Excellent play by Michael Shea. Second down play for the Colorado Cobras coming up. Time to run the clock. All right, Mike Shea spreading them out. He's got 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Cobras or the Grizzlies still running that 3-5. Hands up the middle. Grizzlies are there immediately to wrap him up. In on the tackles, big number 95 of the Mile High Grizzlies. David Brooks. Nice read by that kid. Stretching out, stopping that tackle immediately, and not giving him much yards on the game there. So it's a big third down play here for the Colorado Cobras. All right, Mike Shea's going to spread him out again. Spread seems to be working for him. He's going 2 to the right, 2 to the left. He's on the far hash. Looks like he found some holes in the coverage. He's looking, looks right, throws it immediately. It's caught, brought down right away. First down play by Mike Shea. It looks like number 88, Dustin Brackett, but he's far away. I'm not sure if that's who that was. Those numbers are hard to read. I think it's 88. Yeah, it is. It is 88, Dustin Brackett. He's doing very well this drive. And Mike Shea's finding him. He's getting himself open, keeping the chains moving, and the Cobras are marching down the field with 1 minute, 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Still all tied up at 7 apiece. Mike Shea spreading them out with Todd Wells. Looks to be on one-on-one coverage against the Ambrose Finch. That's a fun one to watch right there. Mike Shea fades back. He's looking to his left. It looks like he's looking for Todd, and he throws it. Todd lets it go through his hands. It pops back up, hits the ground. Looks like Mike Shea put the ball on the spot, and Todd Wells just couldn't wrap his fingers around the ball. But then the Grizzlies' safety was there to try to make the hit. The ball bounces off of him and skyrockets. But the Grizzlies just weren't anywhere near the vicinity of its drop. And now it takes it to 2nd and 10. I saw that matchup, and they went through that, didn't they? They went straight to this Todd Wells against the Ambrose Finch, but it looked like it was in a zone coverage because the Ambrose let him off and let the safety take care of it. And here we go again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Shea likes to spread them out. When you're one of the better passers in this Colorado Football Conference, you want to spread them out. Little bobble on the snap. He's got a big block, throws the ball out there. Oh, Todd Wells lets it bounce off his hands. That's 2 in a row to Todd Wells. 2 drops in a row for Todd Wells. Looks like it came off his chest on that one. Mike Shea's getting the ball there. Todd's got to get a grasp on it to keep this drive alive because now it's 3rd and 10. Now everybody has to be expecting the pass play on this one. All right, Mike Shea's trying to figure out what they're going to do here. Long huddle to figure out how they're going to do on 3rd down. And here they come. Another spread formation. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. It looks like James Ray in the backfield next to Mike Shea. Grizzlies defense sends 4. Shea's throwing deep, and there's Todd. He catches it that time. That's a 1st down pass from Mike Shea to Todd Wells. Bringing it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. He might have dropped a couple earlier, but he made the big play right there to get the 1st down to keep this drive going. Good job, Todd. Excellent catch. But he's a little winded, taps his head. He wants a break, and they're giving it to him. And they're sending out another receiver. Oh, my goodness. Okay, there's the clocks going. I'm sorry, folks. We're having clock issues here. So after this drive, I'm going to take a break and help the clock guy a little bit. So here we go, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And here comes the Grizzlies pressure, and they give it to James Ray up the middle. He's cutting back outside, trying to find the end zone, and he does! James Ray going in the middle, cutting outside, stretching out for the touchdown. That's 6 points for the Colorado Cobras. Wonderful drive that time by Mike Shea and his buddies there of the Colorado Cobras offense. Marching down the field, making big plays when they needed to, ending in points on the board with it score at 7-13. Colorado Cobras over the Mile High Grizzlies with 48 seconds left in the 1st period. Late substitutions on the extra point. Finally get enough guys out there. The holders looking at the kicker. Is he ready? He is. He asks for the ball, and he gets it. It's down to the ground, up, and it's good, but there's laundry all over that field. One referee threw a flag. Another one threw a flag. I think the camera girl here threw a flag. Everybody was throwing flags on that play. So let's see what the call is. There's a discussion. Trying to figure it out. You'd think if it was a false start or offsides or encroachments, or looks like they're going to re-kick it for some reason. Let's see what he's saying here. Illegal late substitution by the Colorado Cobras is going to push them back a little bit on this extra point. Makes that 1-point try a little tougher now as they push the ball back. But that kicker put it through the ends, uprights no problem last time. Let's see how he does this time. He's getting himself ready. The holder looks at him. Is he ready? Yep, he is. He asks for the ball. He gets it, puts down, kick is up. And it looks good to me, and the referees agree. That makes it 14-7. Colorado Cobras over the Mile High Grizzlies with 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we are back after that long drive. All right, we're at 14-7. Cobras are lining up to kick off to the Grizzlies. And there's your kick. Skyrocketing kick. Reception made at the 1 yard line. He's looking for his blockers. He finds a seam and he's going through it. Gets tripped up. Number 27 of the Grizzlies almost got through there, but great job by Eric Ramsey to find a seam and gain good yardage. Man, to giving EJ Bogany and the boys a little less room to have to cover. But he was one trip up away, I think, from scoring, because if that guy doesn't get him at his ankles, he looked like he had green field in front of him. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Nice play by number 14 of the Grizzlies. Now, I'm going to take this time to apologize to number 14 of the Grizzlies. The last time that kid was out there running all over the place, I was calling him Howard Carey. But everybody in this league knows his name is Chad Carey, longtime CFC veteran. One of the stars of the old Colorado Wolfpack, Northern Colorado Wolfpack, now part of the Grizzlies organization. Did they end up throwing a flag on that play? Yeah, so that big carry's not going to count, it doesn't look like. Well, let's see what these referees are trying to do here. Has he called the penalty? I haven't seen him call the penalty. But it looks to obviously against. Or where are they spotting the ball? Oh, yeah, it was a big-time penalty against the Cobras defense because they're getting a lot of yardage. Looks like over 15 yards. Sorry, folks, my head was in paper trying to get names to numbers. I didn't get to see what happened on that play, and I apologize for that. I'll do a better job from here on out, I promise. But that puts 1st and 10 with less yards to gain to score for EJ Bogany and the boys. EJ looks ready. He's lining him up. Well, what an interesting formation. You've got a fullback in front of the quarterback and a running back behind the quarterback. Ah, no. Maybe they're just trying to figure out what's going on with these referees as they get the spot ready. There we go. Now we're running the clock. It looks like we're ready to go with 25 seconds left to go in this quarter. Max protection. Looks like he's got a tight end to the right and 2 on the outside for receivers. Cobras are lined up in their 4-4. The EJC likes what he sees, asks for the ball. He calls them, draws them off sides. There was pressure immediately. EJ's throwing it just for fun now because the flags were in the air. The whistles were blown. That was a stop. So it's either going to be encroachment or a false start. I didn't see any of the Grizzlies move. So let's see what they come up with here. Oh, he's calling it a discussion. Somebody saw something, but they're see what they want to do here. Looks like encroachments against the Colorado Cobras. That'll give them 5 more yards right there, so it'll be 1st and 5 now after that penalty. It looks like the Colorado Cobras are breaking down a little bit on defense, because if it's penalties, keep moving that ball forward, and that's the end of the quarter with a score of 14-7. Colorado Cobras over the Mile High Grizzlies. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. Oh, and we're back after that change of quarter. E.J. Bogany's under center. He sees some blitz coming to his left. He saw it immediately. Hands off, and the ball goes to the right. Number 14 is there. Met immediately by line. Cuts back inside. He's trying to make something happen. Cuts back outside, back inside. Finally gains, wow, not a bad gain of 4 yards on that play. Took quite a bit of maneuvering to get there, but Chad Carey did what he had to and kept that chains, or kept the ball moving forward. Second and short. It's about 2nd and 3. All right, EJ and his boys are trying to figure out what to do here against this Colorado Cobras defense, and it looks like they've got to figure it out. They break the huddle, walk up to the line. 2 to the right, 2 to the left, single back in a shotgun, and the Cobras are still in that. Well, it looks more like a 4-3, but that outside linebacker's got coverage, so he's on the slot. Asks for the ball, and he gets it, and he's rolling out right. He must see something that he likes out there. Pressure comes upon him. He throws the ball forward. There is laundry on the field. 3 different flags on the field. 2 of them were late as E.J. Bogany was running out of bounds. So let's see what these guys decide to do. There was an early flag on the left side of the play, and then 2 late flags on the right side. I think that there was some unsportsmanlike or unnecessary roughness as he ran out of bounds, as he tried to get rid of that ball, because it looked to me that he got tackled out of bounds. So let's see as the white hat decides to come out and explain exactly what happened on this play. Face mask against the Cobras. That holding against the Grizzlies. Those penalties offset. It'll be replay a down. So it wasn't unsportsmanlike. Sometimes when you reach out to make that tackle, somebody's face mask gets in your way and you end up grabbing it. So it looks like we're going to replay that down. The referees are still discussing what's going on. Maybe they're concerned about the spot. Shouldn't have changed. Here comes the white hat to figure out what's going on. Still discussion there. I'm not sure exactly what the issue is. But now he's talking to the Grizzly coaching staff, it would seem. Game is delayed by the referees, but they finally got their act together, and here we go. E.J. Bogany's got him stacked from 2 to the right, 1 to the left, tight end.
Waiting for the snap. He gets it. Handoff up the middle to Chad Carey. He's moving forward and getting nothing but positive yards on the gain. Far more than enough for a first down as the Mile High Grizzlies keep driving on this field, trying to tie this game up. We're at 14-7. Cobras over the Grizzlies. 13 minutes, 56 seconds left. And as the Colorado Cobras take a timeout, I'm going to take a timeout. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we're back. First and 10 at the 22-yard line with E.J. Boganey and the boys trying to drive down the field to score against the Colorado Cobra defense. Very exciting matchup so far. Very exciting matchups across the league so far this season. Almost all the games have been close except for one. And E.J.'s got them spread out, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single back standing next to him. He looks like he likes what he sees. Oh, he's audibling. Handoff, fake up the middle, looking to throw it deep. He gets it. Touchdown, Mile High Grizzlies. E.J. Boganey to number 7. Lance Wilson and the Grizzlies are on the board. But as I look right near the 30-yard line, there's laundry on the field. Will the points stay on the board? Let's see what the referee's got to say on this play. There is some discussion. Even if I could read lips, they're too far away for me to see. So let's see what these guys have got to say about this play. Lance Wilson was wide open on that play. I don't know if they must have been in a zone because he was standing all by himself to make that catch. Players say the touchdown counts, but let's see what the white hat says. Personal foul on the play against the Grizzlies. That penalty will be declined. Touchdown stands. Oh, they're not going to decline it. It'll probably be assessed on the kickoff. 6 points counts. Nice pass from E.J. Boganey to number 7, Lance Wilson. And here comes your extra point try. Kicker sets himself up. They're waiting to set the ball. There's discussion on the field. Looks like Gene Esman and offense coordinator Jim Ritter want to figure out, what are you talking about? And yeah, they're just discussing, and the white hat has to explain why they made that call. I don't think they're lobbyists enough to go ahead and change the call because it's already been made. So it's just a complaining session at that point. But now that the complaining's over, the white hat gets ready. The linemen are setting up, and we are going to have an extra point try. All right, the holder checks to see if the kicker's ready. He's asked for the snap. He gets it, the ball's down, the kick is up, and it's good, and the referees agree with me, so that takes us to 14-14, all tied up with 13 minutes, 48 seconds left in the second quarter. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we are back. What a game we are having today. The score is all tied up with 13 minutes, 48 seconds left in the first half. And you've had a little bit of everything today. You've had interceptions. You've had kick returns. You've had offenses, defense. You've had excellent football. If you are a football fan, you love this game today. This is how football is supposed to be played. Exciting football. And here comes the kick, and it is up, and it is high. Can he return it? He decides to sit in the end zone. We have a touchback on the play. Looked like he was going to try and sneak out of there for a second. He decided against it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gracious to have in our box the assistant commissioner of the Colorado Football Conference, Jeff, the Raider hat wearing Battle. Now, normally I kick a guy out of the booth for wearing a hat like that, but you wear it anyway. How are you, Jeff?
I'm doing all right today. Out here for a good game of football, hopefully.
Well, it's been pretty exciting so far. It's all tied up, and like I was telling everybody, we just had kick returns. Special teams has been a factor. Offense, defense has been an amazing game.
It has been. I'm loving this season of CFC football so far, and as long as we can keep it going like we are, it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Now, you've been in the league a few years.
5 years.
5 years. Now, I think you'll agree with me. This season seems different. All the games have been so close. The competition's so tight. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. With the amount of teams we have this year and the quality of talent that we have across the board, this is the most competitive season I have seen in 5 years.
Nice carry on the play by number 14, James Ray. Finding his blockers, going on the outside, and he gains himself, what do you think, about 8 yards there?
Just about.
Now, I don't know if a lot of people in the Colorado Football Conference know this, but Jeff Battles from Colorado Springs. What the heck you doing in Denver, buddy?
Well, I've made a pledge. I'm going to see at least every team once or twice this year, so this is my first time getting to see the Grizzlies, and then the other team I haven't seen is the Greyhawks, and I'll be watching that at 7 o'clock against the Flames down at Sierra.
Oh, I sure wish I knew you were doing that. I'd have copped a ride, buddy, because I'm going to the same place right after that, too.
Definitely.
All right, so Mike Shea and his offense is getting ready here. And looks like he's spreading them out, going to the left, two to the right. He's got James Ray standing next to him. And there's that Grizzlies 3-5 defense. You've seen that over the years. What do you think of that defense?
I've always been impressed by the Grizzlies' defense. I'm hoping they can get their offense on the right page they need. And,
Mike Shea went deep on that pass to number 2, Todd Wells. Double coverage. It was a jump ball. And out of the 3 guys who had access to it, not a single one touched it. It was a tough throw, tough catch to try to make. But now they've fixed it at 3rd and long for Mike Shea. They've actually done a good job on 3rd down so far.
They've done a little bit of work here, but they got a good, not too much yardage to go, and it's going to have to be a smart play call, or else it's going to be another punt.
That's right. I misread that the flags on the sideline. It looks like about 3rd and 3 on it, and he's got the weapons. I mean, with the receivers that he's got and James Ray in the backfield, he could pass or he could run it, and they think they stand a pretty good chance, but we're going to see what happens here. And Mike Shea decides to spread them out. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and the Grizzlies still in that 3 front. Looks like pressure coming from the outside as Zacharias creeps up the middle, fades back, high snap. Shea gets sacked on the play. Number 4, Marcus Miller on the sack. Great defensive read on 3rd down. That forces the punt to come out. And on a side note, those are 2 really good friends out there. Marcus Miller sacking one of his best buddies in the world, Mike Shea. What an interesting combination there.
They've been going at it for a number of years now, and especially if you're a Facebook fan, you're going to see some entertainment between the 2 of them, and it's always a fun day.
Great defensive stop by the Mile High Grizzlies to force a kick. And who's that in the backfield? Can you see that number for me? It looks number 30 of the Grizzlies, Steve Height for the return. Oh, I'm sorry. I had a bad vision. Number 22's got it. Brennan Brown. Say it again? 32. My bad. Duke Williams. Let's see what Duke can do if they even decide to punt it to him. Snap is there. It bounces off the ground. He gets the ball off his foot. It's high, but it is very, very short. Takes a Cobra bounce. Bouncing just inside the 50. And the Cobras look like they're going to get the ball inside the Grizzlies. No, just outside. All right, so this is your first trip to Denver?
For this season, I went to Titans Parkway Stadium. Shea for a Cobras game against the Steel to open up the season. Went down to Pueblo last week, and Probably going to come up for the doubleheader next weekend up here.
You know, I think one thing that the viewers don't really understand about exactly what a bubble the Pueblo Steel are in their own little community out there. I mean, the Denver teams have got a big pool of players to work with, the Springs teams as well, but Pueblo's all on their own. I'm actually very proud of what Doug Kenyon's done with those Pueblo Steel.
Absolutely. He has a very dedicated crew down there and a dedicated fan base, and I'm not counting them out whatsoever. They didn't have their quarterback last weekend. I think they're on bye this weekend. Next weekend against the Greyhawks ought to be a real interesting one.
You know, and I don't have my schedule in front of me, and I don't have it memorized. Is that one in Pueblo, or is it? No, that's up in Thornton. That's right. I just remembered. E.J. Bogany faded back on that pass and ended up throwing it to the turf. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10. All right, we're going to go ahead and let Jeff Battle go back and enjoy this game. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate having you.
Anytime. Thanks all for the support of the CFC.
Excellent job. Always nice to have a special guest inside the booth, especially when this is the assistant commissioner of the Colorado Football Conference. Good guy for a Raider fan. I try not to hold it against them, but it's kind of hard. All right, E.J. Bogany's got MAC protection, one to the left, one to the right. And a lot of guys up on the line there for the Colorado Cobras. Let's see if that provides some pressure. No, they fade out. E.J. Bogany's looking for something. He finally gets rid of it. On the catch is number 7, Lance Wilson. That's going to be enough. Oh, I'm wrong. That wasn't 7. That was number 1, Siavash. Nice job, Siavash, catching that ball, getting the first down. And definitely E.J. Bogany's got some really nice weapons to work with as well. Exciting football. Very exciting football. All right, E.J. Bogany's got it figured out as he brings his boys to the line. He's got one to the right, one to the left, I formation. Tight end to his right side. Strong side's his right. Cobras creep up to the line. A lot of guys in the box here. They're waiting for the snap. He's still reading. Asks for it. Cuts them off sides. Brought down after the whistles are blown. That'll always draw the flag if you continue to bring somebody down after the whistles are blown. Sure, it's going to be unnecessary roughness. It looked like it was offsides against the Cobras. So all that, yeah, so that flag wasn't for the tackle on the quarterback, even though it was late. Because it looked like that referee threw the flag after that, after the hit on the quarterback. There we go. Ah, but they only called one of it. They called the encroachment. So that'll help the Mile High Grizzlies offense a little bit as they try to march down a score on this drive. And EJ's going to spread them out, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Cobra's still in that forefront. Almost all of them are standing up. Finally, the 2 guys in the middle are in 3 points. EJ must like what he sees. Drew them off again, but no flag. Oh, there comes a late flag. Pass up the middle. Was it caught? The refs are calling it a catch. They're stopping the clock. That was a close call because that ball was right off the turf if he was able to grab it. But let's see what the flag is for. EJ's got an amazing snap count because he's drawing guys off left and right. Let's see what they call it here. They've spotted the ball downfield. They haven't moved the chains, though. They're calling it encroachment on the defense, and they're going to turn that down, and that first down pass and catch is good for the Grizzlies and gives them 1st and goal at the 8-yard line, 9-yard line. There we go. And here we go. E.J. Bogany still spreading them out. 2 left, 2 right. But he's going under center with the tailback behind him. Going up for the corner pass. He catches it. Did he get his foot down? He did. That's the Grizzlies touchdown to number 18. Cy Patterson for the touchdown. That's 6 points for your Mile High Grizzlies. That puts the score. Oh, they got the scoreboard all messed up now, don't they? They subtracted 6 instead of adding 6, but they're getting it right. It'll be 20-14 with the extra point attempt on its way. All right, looks like the Grizzlies are lined up. Kicker's getting set. Line's finally ready. Holder checks the kicker. He's good. He asks for the ball. And here it comes. It's down. The kick is up. And that looks like an extra point to me, and the referees agree. That takes the score at 21-14. Mile High Grizzlies over the Colorado Cobras with 9 minutes, 19 seconds left to go in the first half. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we're back. After that drive, we're at 21-14. Mile High Grizzlies over the Colorado Cobras. 9 minutes, 19 seconds left in the second quarter. And the Grizzlies are lining up. And as I look left, looks like Todd Wells. And is that EJ Bogany back there? I don't think so. Not EJ. Number 11, Lance Wilson catches the ball. He's got blockers ahead of him. Cuts to his left. Grizzlies are there immediately. He gets around him. Cuts outside. He's got blockers. He cuts back inside. Trying to find some extra room. He gets away from tacklers. Nice return by that number 11, correct? Yeah, number 11. Lance. Oh, Will Martin. I apologize, Will. Nice return by Will Martin, giving the Cobras less yardage to have to make up here as they try and drive with 8 minutes, 59 seconds left in the half. Special teams has been a difference so far. There's been a lot of beautiful returns so far in this game on both sides. Now here comes Mike Shea and his offense. Late substitution on this first play of the series. But we got 1st and 10. Cobras at their own 40-yard line. And here they break the huddle. And he's spreading them out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Single back next to him. Number 2, Todd Wells, is a slot this time instead of outside. Asks for the ball, and he gets it. He's got plenty of time. Throws it outside. Catch is made. Very short gain of 2 yards. Looks like number 11. Yeah, number 11, Will Martin on the play. Was that 2 or was that 3 yards? Looks like 3 yards. So 2nd and 7 now for your Colorado Cobras. Oh, my bad. It is 2nd and 8. And here come the Cobras offense. He's spreading them out to the left, to the right. Looks like the same receiver package is in there. Grizzlies still in their 3-5. He ran up to the line late, gets the ball off. Nice first down catch. Will Martin. First, Will Martin has a big return on the kick, and that's 2 catches in a row by Will Martin to keep the chains rolling. With 8 minutes, 14 left, looks like Mike Shea's figured out what weapons he wants to use. All right, they break the huddle. Got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He's spreading them out. Number 2, Todd Wells, that slot again. Hands off to number 14. Is that 14? Let's double check. Yep, James Ray moves that ball forward on 1st down. Gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Colorado Cobras. All right, Mike Shea's trying to figure out what he wants to do next. Breaks that huddle, and let's see what he does. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Mike Shea's having some success with the spread, so why change? They're running with it. They're passing with it. And the Grizzlies defense is having a hard time stopping. There's a pitch to the outside. James Ray, he's looking for some room. He's found it. He's moving the ball forward. That's a first down run for James Ray. Pitch to the outside, found that hole, took advantage of it. And that's going to move the chains forward.
Cobras on the toss on the left-hand side.
Yeah, let's see. They haven't moved the chains yet. And they've decided to do it. That's a first down play. The White Hats calling it first down. So here comes the chains. First and 10, Colorado Cobras with 7 minutes, 12 seconds left. Very exciting game. And now that the chains are set, we're going to start the clock. And Mike Shea breaks the huddle. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Grizzlies haven't changed their formation at all. They are married to that 3-5, but they've got the talent to do it. There's your snap. Shea's looking for an open receiver. He finds it. Oh, tapped out of the sky by number 56, Zach, the Annihilator Anaya. Breaks up that pass. Otherwise, Todd Wells catches that. There's nobody there to stop him. Good job by Zach Anaya to break up that pass. Boy, that Todd Wells is doing an amazing job of finding the open spots today. He's got great yardage on the day. This Colorado Cobras offense is not intimidated one bit by this high-powered defense. But I tell you what, it was a great play by Zach Anaya to break up that potential touchdown. And he had to fade pretty far back for a middle linebacker to get in the way of that pass. Shows the athleticism that Zach's got. Shea's still spreading them out to the left, to the right. He asked for the ball. Delayed handoff to number 14. James Ray cuts back inside, is finally wrapped up by big number 57. That should be Nate Williams on the tackle. Does give him positive yardage, just not quite enough for the first down. So it looks like we're looking at 3rd and 6. This is a big play with 6 minutes, 29 seconds on the clock. And the clock is ticking. So Mike Shea and his 5 horsemen are trying to figure out what they need to do to get this 3rd down conversion. Let's see if the Grizzlies can stop them from doing it. Switches his receivers up. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. And there's your hike, and he's coming back. He's looking for a pass. He's got plenty of time. Finds a Todd Wells. There's a flag on the play. Todd Wells was in the area. I did see some bump. Maybe number 3 touched him while the ball was in the air. That would be pass interference, but let's see what these referees decide to do. As the refs powwow, we'll see what they decide is the call. Mike Shea's over there talking to him, so I guess they're giving him his options. Pass interference on the Grizzlies. Number 3, Shea Shepard, got caught on that one, and that'll give them an automatic first down. Now, since this is Colorado Football Conference operates under a modified NCAA format, so that shouldn't be a spot foul. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. So that spots the ball right at about the, the 14-yard line? Not right at the 15-yard line. So they can still get a first down, but a big penalty on 3rd down keeps this drive alive for Mike Shea and his horsemen. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Just takes a snap, pitches out. Looking for room. He's not finding it. The Grizzlies' wall of defense is there to stop him from going anywhere. James Ray was looking for some sort of hole to make him move through, but it wasn't there. Orange shirts everywhere you see. That looks like a pretty nice loss on the play. About 5-7 yard loss on that play. Good job by the Grizzly defense. They want a running clock, and they get it. The clock's running. Mike Shea's got a longer field to work with, but they're still in a good point here. It looks like they got the ball right about the 22-yard line. And Shea breaks the huddle. All right, you got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. 3-man front by your Mile High Grizzlies. Shea scouting that defense, looking for a hole. He found something because he asked for the snap. Pitching it out deep. Blown. Almost an interception. Big play by number 13. DeAmbrose Finch breaks up that pass. If he's not there to knock it down, the Cobras are putting points on the board. Great defensive play by DeAmbrose Finch with 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Grizzlies over the Cobras, 21-14. So big third down play coming up here, 3rd and long. They can still get the first down if they can make something happen, but Shea's been doing a very good job throwing so far, so I think everybody in the stands knows he's going to throw again right now, because he sure does. Sure enough, spreads them out. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. James Ray standing next to him. There's their snap. He's got pressure coming up the middle. He gets wrapped up and brought down. Big play by number 77 of the Mile High Grizzlies, Dennis Stefanovich. Am I saying that right? Stefanich. Dennis Stefanich. Great play. Great heads-up play. And they've got holding against the Cobras, but of course that should be turned down. They should decline that penalty, take the sack. But here's the question. Do the Cobras have a kicker that can make that field goal? And he's going to go ahead and call it out. Let's see. Marcus Miller's trying to decline it, it looks like. I think it'd be an easy declination. Holding against the Cobras. Penalties declined. Brings up 4th down. Now, that's a good question. Do the Cobras have a kicker that is good enough to make a kick like that? They've got Matt Manning in at number 18. Let's see if he comes out. Or does Shea decide to hold on to the ball? Because if it is a field possession game, if they turn over on downs, it still gives the Grizzlies a long way to go to try to score with only 4 minutes, 35 seconds left on the clock. Yep, Shea's in the huddle. The Cobras are going to try to score. Or at least get the first down. I forgot. They still have the ability to make the first down. And he's spreading them out, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. We got Will Martin on an island all by himself to the right. Safeties are finally rolling to his area because he's had a good game. You got to watch how he takes that snap. He's looking to his left. Finally releases it. There's Todd Wells, but he's hit immediately on that play. Looks like number 3, Shea Shepard, lets him catch it but stops him short. That is a turnover on downs. Mile High Grizzly defense steps up big. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. All right, and after that, turnover's on down by the Mile High Grizzly defense. On comes the Cobras defense, and E.J. Bogany and the boys out here, and they get the ball at the 18-yard line. So they got a long ways to go and a short time to get there with 4 minutes, 1 second left in the half. E.J. goes under center. He's got he's got an I formation with the fullback in there. And the Cobras are crowding the box, and E.J. sees it. He still feels comfortable with the call, waiting on the snap. Here comes a snap count, hands the ball off at the middle. Cobra's defense is there, but he fights for a few yards, maybe 1, maybe 2. With 3 minutes, 50 seconds left, that's still plenty of time to try to score on this drive. All right, so let's see what EJ and those boys have for us right now. 3 minutes, 35 seconds, and counting. He's in that huddle for a while. They're trying to get the right call. And he breaks the huddle. He's spreading them out again. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Under center, single back formation. Cobras in their forefront with only 2 3-point stands, 2 outside standing. See if that's enough to provide the pressure they're hoping for. And here it comes. EJ fades back, throws it deep, and there's your catch. A little extra yardage after the catch. Big first down play. Number 19 on the catch. Mickey. I'm not going to try her last name, buddy. I don't want to mess it up. Shasley? I'll call it Shasley. Good catch on the play. We're running the clock still with 2:57 on it. They've moved the chains, and E.J. Bogany and the boys are trying to drive down to score. Boys taking them a while to get them out of the huddle. It took their time in the last one, but it resulted in a first down play. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Single back formation as E.J. goes under center. And that box is stacked. Handing it up the middle. Met immediately by the defensive line of the Colorado Cobras. Gain of 1, it looks like, if that spot is right. Yeah, it seems to be. That might not even be a full yard. It might be half a yard. Let's see what they... Nope, moved 1 yard on it. So 2nd and 9 for the Colorado, or for the Mile High Grizzlies. Immediately, hurry up offense. To the right, to the left. He's trying to catch them off guard. Gets the ball in the snap. Fades back. Has to move up in the pocket. And he's going to run it. He gets the first down. And E.J. Bogany's using his speed to make a difference. Gets pushed out of bounds. First down play. Run and carry by E.J. Bogany, number 8 from the Mile High Grizzlies. That stops the clock. And the drive is alive. 21-14 with 1 minute 57 seconds left in the first half. That'll be a 2-minute warning now. Sounds like I'm not the only one excited about this game. Nice group of fans for today's event. Lots of people here enjoying an incredible game, and it's a one possession game here at 21-14. And E.J. Bogany's doing a really good job of keeping this drive alive. So at the 2-minute warning, both teams are going to take a break, and so are we. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we're back after the 2-minute warning. The ref asks for the start of the game. E.J. Bogany had some time to figure out what they want to do offensively, but he's explaining it to the rest of the fellas as he spreads them out. He's going 3 to his left, 1 to his right. Running back in the backfield with him in a shotgun. The Cobras have not left that 4-4 defense yet, but when you spread them out, it forces the linebackers to go pretty far outside. So EJ's looking for some hole. I don't know if he found it, but he takes a snap, throws it on the slant to number 11. He's cutting back outside, trying to get extra yardage, cutting back inside, fighting for yards. Finally brought down. Number 11 of the Colorado Cobras, Will Martin, is having an incredible day, making a big difference on offense for the Mile High Grizzlies. And that's a first down with 1 minute 40 seconds left in the second half. It's 21-14 Grizzlies over Cobras, and the Grizzlies are driving and the clock is rolling. Excellent drive by the Mile High Grizzlies. E.J. Bogany is doing an excellent job of getting the ball in the right spots. Stop of the clock must be the head coach Gene Espin's coming out to the field, so it looks like somebody called a timeout. And they did. The Cobras called for their timeout. And as they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back. 1 minute, 25 seconds left in the half. Grizzlies 21, Cobras 14. After the timeout called by Gene Essman, head coach and defensive coordinator for the Cobras. I guess he didn't like the momentum, because he did something to freeze up that drive and trying to figure something out, a way to stop him. You know, sometimes it's okay to go into halftime down by one possession, but you don't want to go into halftime down by two possessions. It makes it a lot harder job to do. And EJ breaks up his boys after he's done with the explanation, and he's spreading them out. 2 to the right. It looks like he's going 2 to the left. He has a little discussion with number 7, Lance Wilson. Oh, no, not Lance Wilson. My bad. Do they have 2? No, I'm confused. It was Lance Wilson. He fades back. He throws the ball. Number 1 lets it go straight through his hands. Seafosh had a first down, if not more, and the ball goes right through his fingers. And that's going to make it 2nd and 10. Great pass by E.J. Bogany, but sometimes that ball just gets through you. You can't be a receiver and say, I've never dropped the ball, because if you did, you'd be lying. Every receiver does something like that. So that stops the clock with 1:22 left in the half for the incomplete pass. Gene's calling out his defense. Blowing the whistle for a stoppage. Let's see what the heck they want here. Stopping the clock. Don't know why. There was no flag. There's a discussion there, but I can't for the life of me figure out why the heck he would stop the clock. On 3rd down. Do you see a flag anywhere? I don't see a flag anywhere. That gives EJ a little bit more time to discuss what he wants to do here. I don't think it's a snack discussion, but it might be. Okay, so 2 to the right, 2 to the left. EJ Bogany had extra time to communicate with his players on that stoppage of the clock by the referees. Let's see if it makes a difference. Boy, he's waiting a long time for that snap, but he finally gets it. He's fading back, looking deep to the left. Caught! Number 7, Lance Wilson. That's going to be really close to the first down, depending on where they spot it. If they use the far sides judge, that is a first down, and they decide to use that spot. First down pass from E.J. Bogany to Lance Wilson, or a first down for the Grizzlies. Now the blocks are set, the clock is running, 1:04 left. E.J. better hurry up and get the ball to the line, get these guys to the line. 59 seconds left in the half, and he's still in the huddle. Not a lot of urgency. He finally breaks them out. 51 seconds left. Spreading them out, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Still having a set. 45 seconds left on the clock. EJ still hasn't got the ball. 41 seconds left. Boy, this is taking a little bit with very little time left on the clock. He must have seen something because he called an audible. The coaches are screaming for him. Fades back. Running to his left. He decides to keep it, huh? He's cutting inside, cuts outside, stops the clock by running out of bounds. Took him a long time to figure it out, but he finally gets some extra yardage. 25 seconds left on the clock is what was there when he stepped out of bounds. Very little time to go. Short way. But in the Colorado Football Conference, every yard is hard to get. Especially with the way these two defenses have been playing each other. Exciting football game. 25 seconds. Well, because he ran out of bounds, he doesn't have to hurry up to the line. But depending on what happens in this next play, we got to see how quick they are to get to the next snap, if one is even needed. So let's see what happens here. The EJ's got him spread out. He's communicating with number 12, so he's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He's scanning that defense. He must like what he sees. He's calling something out to his receivers. Yep, he likes it. He asks for the snap. Oh, boy, he's eating some time as much as he can. Trying to draw him off sides, I'm sure. And here comes the pressure. Throws it off. Caught! Touchdown, Mile High Grizzlies. E.J. Bogany to number 18, Cy Patterson. That's 6 points for the Mile High Grizzlies. It's going to be 27-14 with 23 seconds left. Might have complained a little bit about how long it took for him to get that offense off, but he used this time wisely, drove them down the field, scores the touchdown. It's now 27-14 with 23 seconds left to go in the first half, with a point attempt try on its way. great pass and throw. But what's also confusing is where was the coverage on that play? I don't know who was supposed to be in the middle there, but it looks like the Cobras didn't know either. But here comes the kick. It is up. It looks good to me, and the referees agree. So that's a 7-point drive for the Mile High Grizzlies. That takes us to 28-14 with 23 seconds left in the first half. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back to ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. 23 seconds left in the first half. Grizzlies 28, Cobras 14, as the Grizzlies line up to kick the ball off. And let's see what weapons they decide to put back there. It looks like they got number 2, Todd Wells, and number 11, Will Martin, 2 dangerous returners. And the Grizzlies know it, and that's why they squib it. You got some contact up front. He's looking for some blockers. Can't find anything. Tackled immediately. Took him a while to go down, but good coverage on the play by number 24 of the Mile High Grizzlies, Bobby McCabe. The returner tried to find some hole to get through, but McCabe made sure there was nothing there, stuffed him immediately, and that gives the Cobras a lot of field to have to try to make up with 13 seconds left. It'll be interesting to see. Will Mike Shea go ahead and air it out with 13 seconds? I think they've only got one more timeout left. If I recall correctly, I think they've already called 2. So are you going to, I don't know if you've got enough time to dink and dunk on the outsides and hope for out-of-bound catches, or you throw a couple of good, nice 9 routes deep and try to put some points on this board. But he's in a shotgun, and he's spreading them out left and right, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. I think Shea's going to throw. But I'm wrong. He hands the ball off up the middle, number 14, James Ray. Tackled immediately. Gain of about 4 yards. And the clock is ticking with 5 seconds left. And that will take us to halftime. Oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. It is 28-14. Grizzlies over the Cobras. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference.
And we are back at ColoradoSports.TV with a special presentation with 3 minutes left in halftime. All the Grizzlies have come to the Cobras sideline, and they've asked a fan by the name of Brianna, I believe, to come to the sideline. Got a mix of Cobras and a mix of Grizzlies right there on the sideline, and all surrounding Brianna, and we'll see what's going on here. That's Juristic Collins of the Cobras with his microphone in hand. And he looks nervous. Let's see what he's going to do here. Looks like there's some microphone problems. Let's give Juristic the mic and let him do what he wants to do. Looks like the microphone's not working too well. It's a proposal. He gets on his knee. One knee. He's got the ring. She says yes. We have an engagement on ColoradoSports.TV. Congratulations to Juristic Collins. 1 minute, 55 seconds left in halftime. Thank you for watching Colorado Sports TV, and congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. soon-to-be Juristic Collins. She said yes. Thank you for watching. And welcome back to ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference as we're getting ready to start off the second half. The score is 28-14 Grizzlies over the Cobras with 15 minutes about to start the second half. And taking possession is the Mile High Grizzlies. They'll have the first offensive drive of the half. And the kicker's ready, and he kicks it. It's deep. He lets it bounce back, and we've got a run back. He's looking inside, cuts left,
finally, avoids a tackle, runs back outside, gaining extra yardage, finally gets pushed out of bounds. Nice return on the play by number 27, Eric Ramsey, longtime CFC vet. Big-time weapon for special teams for your Mile High Grizzlies. And it looks like they're spotting that right about the 41-yard line. Let's see if I'm right. Thank you. All right. Now I've got something to drink finally. Sorry about that. Had to get a little moisture. Thank you. They need you at the clock. Thank you, son. All right. Now here comes the Grizzly offense taking the ball. Yep, right at the 41-yard line. Let's see what EJ and the boys can do after driving late in the first half to score to put the score of 28-14. Looks like EJ is going under center in an I formation with a fullback and a running back, one to the left, one to the right. It looks like tight ends on the strong side, the left side. And the Cobras got a bunch of guys in the box. They're expecting to run, and there's the carry. Pushing Cobras backwards. Nice run on that play. It looked like number 40, Ron Barrett, had the carry. Hard to see whether the fullback ran that or the running back had it, but whoever had it gained about 9 yards. That puts it to 2nd and 1 for the Mile High Grizzlies. Challenging the Cobras up the middle. Cobras did a pretty good job this first half figuring it out. But that play, they ended up giving up some good yardage. So here comes E.J. Bogan. He's still in that I formation. One to the left, one to the right. Cobras bringing a lot of men inside that box and single man coverage on the outside. Safety about 15 yards deep. There's a snap. Fakes the handoff. Looking for somebody to throw. Throws it deep. Catch is made by number 18. That's going to be good enough for a Grizzlies first down. Cy Patterson on the play. Taking advantage of his weapons is E.J. Bogany. Moving the ball forward. Making those chain guys run. 13:49 left on the clock in the third quarter, and the Grizzlies offense looks to not miss one step from the second half, or on the second half during halftime, as they're marching down the field, no problem. EJ's trying to explain the offensive maneuver here for the next play as he keeps them in the huddle for a little bit, but he finally breaks them up. And here they go. Looks like they've got a tight end to the right, tight end to the left, single receivers outside, and that I formation. It's worked so far this drive. Why change it? He's scouting that defense. I think he likes what he sees because he's asking for the ball. And he gets it. Hands it up the middle, number 14. He's got a little bit of yardage. Finally gets wrapped out, stretches out. Carry on the play by Chad Carey. Looks like about spreads them out, one to the right, one to the left in a shotgun. Max protection coverage for the running. It's there. Caught by number 1, Siavash, on a beautiful slant pattern. I'm just going to stick with Siavash from here on out because that's what everybody else calls him. But that's a first. Bogany breaks that huddle. EJ likes what he sees. He's trying that snap count out. It's worked for him pretty good today. And there's the handoff to Chad Carey. He's pushing through the middle. Does he have enough yardage? The hands go up. That is a Mile High Grizzly touchdown by number 14, Chad Carey. Late flag after the touchdown. I didn't see any extra contact out there, but the referee saw something. Threw a late flag on that. So let's see if that'll still keep those points on the board. I'm going to guess that it will. Nobody likes to get scored on, but that's no reason to do something unsportsmanlike. And as the referees huddle, we'll try and figure out what they're talking about there. I'm going to guess it's like an unsportsmanlike or personal foul after the touchdown, because that flag came in late after the hands went up. So here comes the white hat to explain what the heck is going on. Let's see what he calls. Dead ball fell, personal foul against the Grizzlies. The touchdown does count, but the penalty will probably be assessed on the kickoff. So I'm not sure who caused that penalty or what exactly he did. But that's going to make a difference on the kickoff, especially if they let James Ray catch that ball on the next kickoff. Either James Ray or Todd Wells. The ball is handled, kick is up, and it is good. That's going to put the score at 35-14 with 11 minutes, 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back to ColoradoSports.TV. After the Grizzlies scored on the first possession of the second half, we're at 35-14 with 11:51, and the Grizzlies are getting ready to kick off to the Cobras. Looks like they've got Todd Wells back there, but they squib it. And 11 finally gets his hands on the ball, and he's looking for a lane, and he found one. He cuts to the right. He cuts back inside. He's got room. One guy to beat. Fumbles the ball. Still on the ground. Where was it recovered? Out of bounds or inbounds is the question. Nice run back by number 11 of the Colorado Cobras, Will Martin. But he did give it up at the end, stopping the clock. Is there laundry? I didn't see it, but it must be far side. Yep, there it is right in the middle of the hash. So let's see what they decide to do on that interesting play. Got holding against the kicking team. And it looks like the recovery must have been out of bounds because they're not showing a change of possession. So they've got holding on the return team, but the Cobras still hold on to the ball. As Mike Shea and his horsemen are on the field. Let's see what they're going to mark it off here. Yeah, it looked like about a 15-yard penalty on that one. Still a beautiful run back on that play. Fumble didn't make a difference, but the holding did. But the Cobras are still starting their first possession of the second half inside Grizzly territory. As Mike Shea explains what's going to happen here on this first series, waiting for him to break the huddle. Looks like they've got it figured out. And let's see what we got. Looks like he's going to go 2 to the left, 1 to the right, with Todd Wells going outside and Will Martin at slot. Max protection in the backfield for Mike. He takes a snap. It's low, but he handles it. Throws it outside to his running back. Gaining extra yardage, and then some. He's moving that ball. He finally gets brought down by number 23. Looked like that was, who was that on the carry? Can you see a number on that? Number 19 of the Colorado Cobras. I don't have a 19 for the Cobras. Are you sure that's 19? Sorry, we don't have a number on. Looks like it was 19, but the Cobras don't have a 19 on the roster. But great play by the running back, flaring outside, making the catch, and yards after the catch made the difference on that play. Big chunky yards given up by the Mile High Grizzly defense, and Mike Shea is ready for the second possession. 1st and 10, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Max protection, there's your snap. He hands it off. The ball's running outside. Tackled immediately for a loss is number 56 of the Grizzlies, Zach the Annihilator. Anaya is having a wonderful day on defense today. He had an interception, and now he's got a big tackle for a huge loss. It's going to be 2nd and long. Great individual effort by Zach Anaya on that play. makes the ankle tackle, because if he doesn't, that would have been a very nice gain on that play. They're making some substitutions on the offensive line for the Cobras. Looks like a total loss of about 6 or 7 yards. Makes it harder for Mike Shea to get that ball in the end zone, but he's ready to try. He's got 2 to the left, 1 to the right, max protection in the backfield with him. And Grizzlies haven't changed. They like that 3-5 defense. And actually, they got 2 safeties now, so now they've gone to a 3-4. Mike Shea takes a snap, fades back, finds an outside receiver, number 11. He's fighting for extra yardage. Nice catch by number 11, Will Martin.
Cobras pass is complete. Tackle made on the play by number 56, Zachariah.
Looks like about a gain of 4 yards on that.
He's third and long for the Cobras.
All right, sorry about that break. Mike Shea's coming up. You've got 3rd and long, so let's see what he can bring to the table here. And I understand there's 9 minutes left in the third quarter, but when you're down 35-14, this 3rd down becomes very important. So he's got 2 to the right. He takes the snap, looking for some coverage. He's got sacked in the backfield by number 45, James Yeager. Big loss on the play. Mike Shea was looking something for the left. He felt the pressure rolled out, but James Yeager was quick enough to make that sack. Huge 4th and long play here. Okay, I got a text suggestion here, and I want to let everybody know that you're welcome to go to cfcfootball.com to find scores, updates, and to familiarize yourself with the Colorado Football Conference. This is our 27th season of semi-pro football action. Thank you, Doug Kenyon, for watching and listening to ColoradoSports.TV. Late substitution here on the field goal try. This is going to be a huge try here, and it's going to be short and returnable. He catches it, and he fields it, and he's running down to his left. He gets some blockers, and he's going for it. He's got people to beat. He cuts back inside and finally brought down. Nice catch and carry on the field goal there by number 30. Steve Height on the return. Longtime CFC veteran and obviously a great weapon for the Mile High Grizzlies. The referee stopped for a clock, and as that changes possession, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. All right, and we're back. 35-14. Grizzlies over the Cobras with 7 minutes, 39 seconds left in the third quarter. And E.J. Bogany and the boys are ready on offense. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Cobras defense looks ready with a single safety. They're playing soft. 32 takes the carry up the middle, cuts up to the left. He's got room, cutting back left. Big run on that play. The Cobras looked like they were playing for pass coverage because they were playing off the receivers, but instead they handed off to number 32, Duke Williams, and that's a first down play for the Mile High Grizzlies. And as the chains get set, the referee asks for the clock to continue, and E.J. Bogany's getting his boys ready, and here he comes. Let's see, he's got the spread formation going on out there. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Koger's got a lot of guys in the box. He asks for the snap, hands it off to 32. He cuts back inside and is immediately, it looked like number 51 of the Cobras. Is that right? No, they don't have a 51. Was that 57? Yeah, I can't quite see the number. Could have been 58. Yep, Rob Christensen in on the tackle, immediately met him. But it was a gain of about 1 yard on the carry. And EJ breaks him out of the huddle. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, spreading them out. He's scanning that defense. He's communicating with a slot, it looks like. And here comes the press coverage on the far outside. EJ still waiting. Finally draws him off, but I think he drew off his own player on that one. EJ looks like he's got one of the best snap counts in the Colorado Football Conference. And it is. False start on offense. EJ calls his own player off sides. So that's going to push the ball backwards a little bit. Force EJ and his boys to have to cover a little bit more ground out the penalty. 6 minutes, 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Third quarter. Good correction. All right, here's EJ. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Scanning the defense. He lifted his knee like he wanted motion, but it didn't come. Oh, and number 16 moves off the ball before it snapped. It's going to be 2 false starts in a row for the Mile High Grizzlies. They were moving the ball just fine in this first half. Looked like they had their act together. Now 2 penalties in a row pushes them far, far backwards. All right, here comes. Here it comes after the second false start penalty. EJ Bogany is trying to get his offense together. 2nd and long. He's spreading them out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He scans the defense looking for some open holes in the defense. Asks for the ball, and he gets it. He's fading back. He's got plenty of time. Throws it outside. Tried to make the reception, but the defender was there to stop it from happening. Good play by the Cobras defense. It's going to take it to 3rd and long. All right, had to do a little bit of communication here. Sorry about the delay. And EJ Bogany's got a big job ahead of him with 3rd and long with 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in the third quarter. They're still ahead, though, 35-14, the Grizzlies are, and here they come. Spreading out his offense. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Cobra's still in that forefront. Makes a change that the running back puts him to his left side. Looks like he's ready to take the snap. He asks for it. He gets it. Fakes the handoff. There's pressure up the middle. It's a screen play. Runner's got some room. He's cutting outside. Cuts back inside. Finally met. Great catch on the play by number 14, Chad Carey, but not enough yardage to get the first down. Big tackle on the play by number 14. James Ray is in on defense, making a difference immediately, stopping the first down coverage. All right, 4th down, and it doesn't look like they're trying for that field goal. They're trying to put points on this board. Maybe they don't have a field goal kicker that they think that they can make that kick. All right, EJ's got them spread. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Cobra's defense needs to come up big here to get a change of possession. They don't need any more points on the board for the Grizzlies. Let's see what they bring to the table. EJ's communicating with his outside receiver and a slot. He must see something. And here comes that snap count, trying to draw him off. He gets the snap. A lot of pressure, thrown outside, incomplete. The Cobras defense holds up on 4th down. That's a turnover on downs. Cobras stopped that drive. Penalties made a big difference on that drive for the Mile High Grizzlies. Now Mike Shea and his horsemen get to come out on this field to see what they could do. With 3 minutes, 59 seconds left in the third quarter, it's Grizzlies 35, Cobras 14. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage And we're back, and so is Mike Shea and his offense, and he's spreading them out right away. He's got to the right, to the left, single back next to him. And the Grizzlies are still in their normal defense. He's looking to his left. He's not seeing much. He's got time, though. He cuts back inside. He finally finds number 11. He's streaking down the field. He's got one guy to beat, and he's got him beat. Here comes 13 Danvers Rich. He falls down, and it's going to be a Cobra touchdown. Huge play by Mike Shea to number 11, Will Martin, putting points back on this board, and the Cobras are back in this game. It's going to be 20-35, Grizzlies over the Cobras. One play is all it took on that drive to score, and it looks like the Grizzlies have got a player down. He's down on one knee, having a hard time getting up. And I'm also noticing number 13, DeAmbrose Finch, is limping off the field. I noticed that DeAmbrose had an angle on that tackle, but then he came up limp. Usually when you see that, it could be a hamstring situation. Hoping nothing but the best for him because he's a major part of this defense. But can't see the number on the Grizzly yet to see, but he's getting up on his own accord. Oh, he takes his knee again. He must be hurt. What was that number? Looks like number 20. Oh, long-time CFC veteran Luke Koger. Safety for the Mile High Grizzlies. Major part of this defense that allows them to run in that 3 front, whether it's a 3-5 or a 3-4. You need to have a solid safety, and that's what Luke Koger is for these Mile High Grizzlies. And he is still struggling to get up off the turf. Looks like they're going to lay him down. Yeah, that is confirmed. That's 23 Luke Koger. And while this game is on pause to help Luke Koger figure out what's going on, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back to ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. Luke Koger is still down on the field. It looks like it's maybe a knee. I'm not sure. But we are graced right now with a special guest in the booth with us. We have Rhiannon. She was the one who got proposed to during halftime, and we were able to get that on the air. Welcome to the booth, Rhiannon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Now let me ask you, did you have any clue that Juristic was going to do that for you today?
I had an idea that something was coming. I had no idea what it was going to be today. No idea.
Well, how long have you guys been together?
We have been together for 3.5 years.
Oh, excellent job. You know, I do know Juristic pretty well. He's a great guy, and I just wanted to get you up here and congratulate you personally.
Thank you very much.
It'll be a wonderful marriage, and thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for coming up. Enjoy the rest of the game. All right, it looks as if they finally got Luke Koger up off the field. It was great to have Rhiannon come up and visit with us. Congratulations to her and Juristic Collins. I'm sure you guys will have a beautiful, happy union. Now, after the injury, we're ready to try the point after. And the kicker's ready. The holder asks for the ball. He gets it. He puts it down. The kick is up. It looked like it was blocked, and it's no good. That puts the score at 35-20 with 3 minutes 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we are back after the one-play touchdown drive for the Colorado Cobras. They're getting ready to kick the ball off to the Mile High Grizzlies. I made a quick check with the Assistant Commissioner of the Colorado Football Conference, Jeff Battle, and he's reporting that it's a right knee injury to Luke Koger. And the way that he was on the ground for that long, I'm sure it's a game ender for him. We'll see what happens after that. The kick is up in the air, and it's caught. Looks like number 32 for the Grizzlies has got the ball. And that's Duke Williams, and he cuts outside, finally gets wrapped up and brought down. Let's see where they spot that ball. Looks to be about the 28-yard line. So here comes E.J. Bogany and the boys. Try to put the Cobras away here on a drive. It's 35-20 with 3 minutes 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Let's see what EJ's got to bring out. A lot of action in the Colorado Football Conference so far this season. Every game has been very close except for one, and this game is not disappointing either. And as a reminder, you can always go to cfcfootball.com for all your Colorado Football Conference information, updates, and scoring. From there, you can also link to all the individual teams that are in the league to find out what's happening with each individual team. E.J. Bogany's finally got it figured out, and he brings his offense to the line. He's spreading them out, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Cobras have one deep safety. That looks like 14. James Ray is in at safety. Told you, that kid can do it all, but E.J.'s under center, tries that snap count, hands the ball off at the middle. Brought down, but good gain on the play by number 14, Chad Carey. Giving EJ a little shorter room to work with here on second down. Looks like he gained about 4 yards. And we've got a Cobra down on the field. Can't see a number on him. Here comes the medical crew. And while the medics try to figure out what's going on, we're going to take a break. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we're back. It looks like number 35 of the Cobras is making his way off the field. That's Toshi Richardson. He took a big hit on in the first quarter of the game. It must have taken another one on that possession. Toshi's having a tough day, but Toshi is a tough guy, and I'm sure he'll go back out there. Okay, they're asking for the clock to run, and that's what it is doing as E.J. Bogany and the boys are coming up to the line. And let's see what he's got to offer on this package. He's got 2 to the outside, 2 to the left side. Shotgun. Running back. Cobra still in their forefront. EJ scanning that defense, looking for something, and here comes that snap count of his. Trying to draw them off. Let's see. Doesn't do it. Fades back. Floats it open to the running back. trying to gain extra yardage, and he does, and he's breaking loose, moving forward. He's got one guy to beat. He slows down and gets tackled from behind. Nice screenplay from, it was number 14, Chad Carey on the catch. Oh, I just got news from Jeff Battle that Luke's injury was not in the knee. It looked to be a cramping situation, and the Grizzlies are reporting that he'll be fine and he'll be back in this game. But he was down for so long, that's one heck of a cramp. But it happens, and it hurts. If you ever had one, you know what he was going through. So here comes E.J. Bogany spreading them out again. Little different, actually. He's got tight ends in this time. Single receivers on each side. Max protection. With a minute 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Here comes that snap count of his. Just trying to draw him off. They don't bite. He rolls outside to his right. He's running with the ball. Tries to cut back inside. Going back outside. Trying to find an open room. And there's Cobras all over him. It's hard to give one man credit on that tackle, but because there was white shirts all over E.J. Bogany. Gain of nothing on the play. That'll be 2nd and 10. Interesting formation, everything they can do out of that. I mean, they've got 2 tight ends in there. They've got power at wide receivers. He's got 2 running backs. It almost looks like a run option. EJ has the choice to either hand it off or run it himself. And EJ does have the athleticism to run and gain yardage. You've seen it before. So let's see what he decides to do this time around. Cobra defense is waiting for EJ to break the huddle, and he does it. And he's spreading them out again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. He's got number 14, Chad Carey, to his right as he scans for the defense. Chaz calling something out. Probably found the Mike linebacker, I'm sure. Lifts his leg. He's asking for the ball. Here comes that snap count, trying to make something happen. There's a snap. He's fading back. He's looking left. Finds something open across the middle. Throws it deep. It is caught. First down catch by number 18, Cy Patterson, having an incredible day today. That's going to make it 1st and goal for the Mile High Grizzlies. Not bad for 2nd down. Good play by that Mile High Grizzly offense. And that puts 31 seconds left in the third quarter. The score is 35-20, Grizzlies over the Cobras. So that gives them a very short field. Looks like 1st and 3 to goal for the Grizzlies to score. So it's time for the Cobras to step up on defense like they did on that last possession. So let's see what the Cobras can do here. All right, EJ feels like spreading them out again. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and that's the end of the quarter. It's 35-20, Mile High Grizzlies over the Colorado Cobras. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back to the ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. Last quarter of the game, 15 minutes left in the fourth. 1st and goal for the Mile High Grizzlies, and they're at the, looks like the 2-yard line. And E.J. Bogany decides to spread them out while they're up close. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's scanning that defense. He's communicating. He's asking for the receivers to come in a little closer. 2 receivers shift on that, but the referees don't call it. But he doesn't matter. E.J. Bogany carries it in himself. That's a 6-point run by E.J. Bogany for the Mile High Grizzlies. That's exactly what the Grizzlies needed to do to try to put this game away in the last quarter of the game. Going to put 6 more points up on the board, and the Grizzlies are getting ready for the special teams point after try. That takes it to 41-20 with 14 minutes, 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. You know, that could have been a brilliant psychological move on E.J. Bogany, because he was calling for his receivers to do some work, and I thought that meant pass was coming. And that's probably what the Cobras thought as well, because when he took that ball and decided to run up the middle, there's nobody there to stop him. It's a great play by E.J. Bogany to put the score even higher. And they're going for 2. They're going for 2 points here. And they're ahead by 21. There's the snap. They hand it up the middle. Met by Cobras. He's trying to fight for it, and the Cobras stuff it. The Cobras don't let them, and that makes it 41-20 with 14:56 left in the fourth quarter. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back after that scoring drive by the Mile High Grizzlies. Is 41-20 with 14 minutes, 56 seconds left in the game, and the Grizzlies are about to kick the ball off. And here he comes, and the ball is up. It's a low kick. It's bouncing. It might go out of bounds, but it doesn't. It's still a live ball. Cobras finally recover on it and tackled immediately. No gain. It looked like the special teams player was waiting for it to bounce out of bounds, but the ball changed its mind and didn't do it. So that gives Mike Shea and the boys quite a long way to go before first down, or before a touchdown. And here comes Mike Shea and his horsemen to try to make this game a little closer. Down by 21 points, but there's still a lot of football left to play with 14 minutes, 46 seconds left on the clock. And let's see what Mike Shea and his boys got to do here. Looks like a late substitution on offense for the Cobras. And if you notice, back on the field is number 23. And right when I say that, they decide to swap him. So Luke Koger does go back onto the sidelines. But it was good to see him on the field. Must have got those cramps under control. And here comes Shea, spreading him out left and right. He looks like he's got some room, trying to find the pass to number 5. And he had it in his hands and let it roll out. He was asking for the ball because he was open, and when Shea gives it to him, he can't bring it in. That was number 5, Brian Ritter. So that makes it 2nd and 10 for the Cobras with 14:40 left. All right. So Mike Shea's trying to figure out what he's going to do here on offense. He's explaining it to the rest of the fellas. Taking him a little bit of time to do it. Defense is waiting. Everybody's waiting, but Mike's finally got it figured out. He's sending 3 to the left, 1 to the right, and there's a change. Wells comes across the field here, and now he's going to be the slot receiver on this play. Yeah, now he's asking for motion back to the outside, so he does have 3 to one side, 1 to the other. Fading back, looking to throw immediately. Throws it deep. Caught! Oh! Broken up on the play. It looked like by number 24, Bobby McCabe. Number 11, Will Martin, had a play on the ball, but McCabe comes in there to break it up. But there's Laundry on the field. So let's see what's going to happen, what the referee saw. Great individual effort by McCabe to stop that long gain. Beautiful defensive play. Will Martin had a nice line on the ball, but McCabe reached in there and knocked that thing out of the way just in time. Great defense. Let's see. He's calling it offsides against the Grizzlies. So that's going to give Mike Shea and his horsemen a little less room to work with. Penalties made a little bit of a difference on a few drives, but not so much a big factor in the game. But mistakes happen, and that's what the referees are there for, to make sure everybody's in line. So now we're going to run the clock. And it looks like Mike Shea's getting them ready. Another long huddle. Is the clock running?
No. Clock.
Waiting for the clock, and there we go. Mike Shea's got 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Scanning the defense, he gets the ball, he's fading back, he's looking to his left and throws it left, and immediately covered again by number 24, Bobby McCabe. Shutting down his side of the field on this drive. Bobby McCabe coming up big for the Mile High Grizzly defense. Now we're at 14:32 left in the game, and the score has not changed. And let's see what we've got going on here. Alrighty. Mike Shea's taking his time in the huddle again. It's very important on 3rd down here that he keeps this drive alive if he plans to keep the Cobras in on this game. It's only a 21-point game. It might seem like a lot, but with the skill position players that he has at receiver and running back, he can make up that point difference really quick if the right play call is in. So let's see what they do. They got 3 to the right, 1 to the left. He gets the snap. He's fading back, throws it, caught. Number 5, Brian Ritter, running, streaking down the sideline, gets pushed out of bounds. That's enough for a 1st down for the Colorado Cobras. Did I call that right, number 5? Yeah, I sure did. Brian Ritter with the big catch and the big yards after the catch to give the Cobras a drive, to keep the chains moving, to keep the Cobras in this game. And here the chains are moved and the clock is running with 14:22 and counting. And let's see what Mike Shea and his horsemen decide to do here. And he's lining them up. He's got 3 to the right, 1 to the left, stacking them to the right. There's motion by number 5, Brian Ritter. You'd think he'd know the snap count because he was in the huddle, but he must have forgotten it because he jumped. False start, Cobras. And when you're down as far as you are, the last thing you want to be doing is losing yardage at the end of with the 4th quarter ticking. A little mistake there by Brian Ritter. So let's see if he can make up for it here. So I think that's, his father, Jim Ritter, is communicating with him, explaining to him what offense is going to be ran next. So let's see if they have any success on 1st and 15 after the penalty. And they're stacking him 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Shea sees what he likes, what he sees. He takes a snap. He fades back, throwing it deep. There's double coverage, threw it too far to number 11, but the flag comes up in the air by the back judge. It might be holding. Oh, I see what he did. He's going to call it pass interference against the Mile High Grizzlies. That's going to give Mike Shea a 1st down. That's a 15-yard penalty, and the drive is still alive for the Colorado Cobras. And let's see here what they come up with now. Much shorter field to work with here for Mike Shea. Looks like Ritter's finally got his... No, he's... I think he's got the play called out there, yep. Number 11's coming off the field for the Colorado Cobras. And he's a big-time player. Will Martin, you want him on the field, but he's been doing a lot of running. I'm sure he's gassed a little bit. But Todd Wells is still out there. Let's see what Mike Shea wants to do here. Stacking those receivers to the right. Single receiver on the left. Shea's scanning the defense. Doesn't make any changes. Asks for the ball. He gets it, and he's fading back. A little bit of pressure coming from the outside. He avoids it, throws it. Caught by number 2, Todd Wells. Takes down the referee while he's at it. But that's the same referee who threw a flag on that play. The referee's down a little bit. The receiver came low, and the ref was just in the wrong spot. Let's hope he's okay. He's still down on the play, so until he gets up, we're not going to know what the flag is for, I don't think. Here comes the medic to check on the referee, and he's up. He's standing on his own power. He's just fine. Talk about the toughness of the players, but nobody ever talks about the toughness of the referees, except for me. Tough guy out there, that side judge. So, still waiting on the white hat to describe what that flag is for. And they're spotting it right back where it was, so I don't know if that was a good catch or not. But it looks like they're going to walk it towards the Grizzly defense. Yeah, it looked like holding and defense. That's a first down for the Colorado Cobras, and the Grizzlies are giving up yardage and penalty this drive. And I'm watching that side judge. He's limping, but he's going to tough it out. Wishing the best there for our side judge for today's game. And as they move the chains, Mike Shea's ready. He's got 3 to his left and 1 to his right this time. Single running back. Asks for the snap, and he gets it. He hands it off up to the middle. He's got room. He's cuts back into the outside, runs it out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Smart play by number 14, James Ray, to stop the clock, knowing there's very little time and a lot of points to gain. So that looks like that's going to be enough for a Cobra first down. Nice run by James Ray. He saw the room outside and took advantage of it. Was smart enough to get out of bounds, stop the clock. The ball is set, and Mike Shea's trying to describe what's going to happen here. Now they're asking for the clock to run. Interesting. You wouldn't think that the clock would run till the snap. They know more than I do, though. I'm sure he went out of bounds. So he's got 3 to the left and 1 to the right. Pitches outside, gets the block, trying to find a hold, finds it, gain of nothing. As a matter of fact, the side judge says he lost about 1.5 yards. So that play goes backwards. Now it's second down and long for the Cobras. You're at 13 minutes, 3 seconds left in the game. And they're still down by 21 with the Grizzlies at 41 and the Cobras at 20. We need to be gaining yardage if we're a Cobra right now. You don't want to be losing yardage. So you want to play clean with no penalties, and you want to be able to find holes where they're there, either in the passing game or in the running game. So let's see what Mike Shea figures to do here. He's spreading them out. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Takes the snap. He's fading back, looks to his right, throws the ball to nobody. That had to have been a miscommunication. Looks like Brian Ritter went inside, and Mike Shea thought he was going outside. He threw it, but that doesn't change the fact that I think I saw laundry. Was there? Yeah, there. I'm sure it was either a flag on the field or somebody's wearing orange shoes. And there is a flag. With the side judge picks up the flag. The White Hat's communicating with the Grizzlies. So yeah, it looks like they're going to be calling offensive pass interference against the Cobras. Let's see. Illegal shift against the Cobras is what that is. Cobras are going the wrong way with the clock ticking at 12 minutes, 29 seconds. They need to be gaining yardage and losing yardage, and penalties are not helping them. Mike Shea's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Asks the running back to go to his other side. He must have seen a strong side. Takes the snap. He's fading back. He's looking to his right. He's rolling out to his right. Throws the ball across the middle, and there's number 2, Todd Wells, for the catch. Finally getting some positive gains on that play. Nice pass and catch from Mike Shea to Todd Wells, but it is still short of the first down. Let's see where they spot it. Spotted on the 17-yard line, so that's going to make it 3rd and 2, it looks like. Big third down play here for the Colorado Cobras. Let's see what they can put together. Grizzlies have had a pretty good day on defense so far. And now the clock is being ran. Oh my gosh, the clock guy is having a hard time communicating with the white hat. But here's Mike Shea, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Big third down play here. Takes a snap, he rolls out right, he gets rid of it, and there he is with the catch. Who is that? Was that number 6? No, it couldn't have been 6. It had to have been number 5, Brian Ritter. Good enough for a Cobras first down. It's going to be first and goal at the 7-yard line, 8-yard line, it looks to be. Cobras need a scoring drive, and that's exactly what Mike Shea is trying to accomplish here. They've done a good job of moving the ball down the field so far. All right, so Mike Shea's got them huddled up here. They got it figured out. Shea's still communicating with his receivers to the right side, so it looks like he's going trips formation, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Single back for protection, I'm sure. Takes the snap, looking to his left. Can't find anything, goes back to the middle, throws the ball. Knocked out of the air by number 23. Yes, that is Luke Koger back on the field, knocking the ball down. Had a chance at an interception, but did a good enough job of knocking that ball out of the air and stopping anybody from having a chance of catching it. Second and goal at the, it's actually the 9-yard line. No, it's the 8-yard line. So Mike Shea's not in a hurry to get out of the huddle with 11 minutes and 43 seconds left in the game. They're still trying to communicate what they're going to do here on this second down play. And he finally breaks them out. And they're coming up. You've got 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Look at that danger combination there on the left side with Todd Wells and Will Martin. And Mike Shea's looking for a 2. Throws it on top to Will Martin, but overthrows it. It is way high, and there's a late flag coming in from the side judge. Will Martin was asking for a flag, and he got it. So let's see what they're going to call it. If it's holding, it should be first and goal from the 1. Even if it's passing interference, it should be the same. So if it is against the Grizzlies, it's a positive thing for the Colorado Cobras. Let's see what the white hat has to say. Holding, Mile High Grizzlies. That's a first down penalty. So now he's going to be first and goal. And let's see where the side judge spots that. I might have been wrong. Yeah, it's a 5-yard play. So they look to be right at the 4-yard line. First and goal for Mike Shea and the Cobras from the 4. He's got him spread. Low snap. Hands off. Has to run the other way. James Ray is trying to make something out of nothing. He decides to throw the ball. And it's caught! James Ray making a heads-up play. There's a late flag on the play, but I think that touchdown is going to count. He tried to hand it off up the middle, but it was a low snap. James Ray rolls right, sees nothing but orange jerseys, rolls out left. I thought he was going to throw the ball away, but instead puts in a position for the receiver to catch it. And I think that was number 6 again. No, number 5. Brian Ritter on the catch. So let's see the count. Oh, is it a legal man downfield? Oh, it didn't count. It was a legal man downfield on that play. Great heads-up play there by James Ray, but due to an illegal man down the field, it doesn't count. They never did put their hands in the air, did they? Did they assess some yardage? They sure did. So that makes it first and goal at the 10 after the penalty. Quite a shame after a wonderful play by James Ray. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. All receivers are stacked. Mike Shea fades back. He's looking left, throws it to single man-on-man coverage, and the ball comes down. Incomplete. Todd Wells had his hand on it. He just couldn't bring it down to the ground with him. And that's going to make it third and goal at the 10 for Mike Shea with 11 minutes, 18 seconds left on the clock. Another big third down play. Is it third down now? The box hasn't changed. Maybe I'm wrong. Is it I thought that was a second down play. Maybe they did. Maybe the penalty was a replay of the first down. So I apologize for that. It is second down. 11:18 left. Mike Shea's trying to figure out what he's going to do here on offense, and he's communicated it. And he's got these guys spreading out, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And there it is. Number 11 outside, Will Martin. Number 2, Todd Wells at slot. Mike Shea takes the snap. He's looking to his right. He's rolling out right, trying to find an open guy, and he finds him. That is a Colorado Cobra touchdown. The number on that player, I can't see it. Is that Dustin Brackett? 88. I am right. That is Dustin Brackett on the catch. That puts 6 points on the board. That's exactly what the Cobras needed. But it took them quite a long time to get down there because now it's 41-26. Grizzlies over the Cobras with 11:13 left to go in the game. And let's see, are they going for the extra point or is Mike Shea still out there? It looks like Shea's out there. Looks like he's reading his wrist. So I think they're going for 2 points right here. And they are. Mike Shea spreading them out. 3 to the right, 1 to the left with James Ray standing next to him. And now the slot is moving over to the left. So 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Mike Shea looking to score 2 points. He's rolling out right, looking to find something happen. He throws the ball, and it is batted down. That's an incomplete pass. The 2-point conversion fails. That puts us at 41-26. Grizzlies over the Cobras with 11 minutes, 13 seconds left in the game. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back to ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. During that break, the White Hat came to the sideline and asked for a change of clock. So the time has gone down. We are now at 9 minutes, 50 seconds left in the game with the Grizzlies over the Cobras 41-26. And after that scoring drive, the Cobras line up to kick it off to the Mile High Grizzlies. And let's see what they do with this here. Kicker's ready. He runs up to the ball, lets it go, and it's going to bounce over. And the player couldn't field it, but he picks it up, and now he's trying to make something happen. Cuts back around, cuts back to the right side, trying to make something out of nothing. They can't wrap him up, but they finally do. Great special teams play by the Colorado Cobras, and when you're down by the points that they are, it's exactly what you need from your special teams, and that's going to put the Grizzlies back deep in their own end zone. The referees are calling their own timeout. I'm not sure why. Maybe there was an injured player. Yeah, number 6 got hurt from the Cobras, but he's fighting his way off. He's holding that right arm close to his body. That's usually a good indication of a shoulder injury. Or an elbow, an arm, but number 6, the newly engaged Juristic Collins, comes off the field. He's shaking off his wrist, so might not be as bad as it looked. Now here comes E.J. Bogney and the boys trying to seal this game up with a great drive, but he's got a long way to go because he's 1st and 10 on his own 7-yard line. Late substitutions. Well, we've got a stoppage on the play because the referees are having a discussion with offensive coordinator Jim Ritter of the Colorado Cobras. Whatever the discussion is, they've got it figured out. And the Cobras are calling a... Did they call it? Yep, the Cobras called a timeout. And when you're this late into the game at 9 minutes 36, those timeouts become commodities. And to blow it with that much time left in the game on defense is a tough thing to do. But while they're on break, we'll take a break. And thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. Timeout. It must have been a miscommunication. It didn't seem like Jim Ritter was happy with the timeout, but it's done. Nothing we can do about it now. So here comes EJ Bogany and the boys, spreading them out again, 2 to the right, 2 to the left, going under center with a single running back. They're going to have to eat some clock, so they send the slot in motion, put him in a fullback position. That's exactly what they're going to do. They hand the ball off, and here comes Mr. Speedy. Oh my God, he breaks away. Number 32. It's a foot race. He's trying to get as much as he can. They finally catch him. Big run by number 32. Was that 32? Duke Williams. The speed by Duke Williams makes a huge difference on that play. They had a long way to go, but Duke Williams makes it easy for him. He found that hole, and his immediate speed made the difference because he hit that hole and bursted through. Almost outround the defense, but somebody had the angle enough to stop him from behind. Now it's going to be 1st and 10, Mile High Grizzlies. All right, brother, thank you. All righty. They're trying to get the clock to run, and they finally do get that going on. So let's see what EJ Bogany decides to do. Breaks the huddle, and here they come. Looks like EJ Bogany is going into a completely different formation because, no, there they go. They go into the I formation. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Looked like a pro set to begin with, but he's put them back where they needed to be. And it looks like he's just going to hand the ball off again. Let's see if that's true because the Cobras think that's happening, and that's exactly what they do. And the Cobras are ready for him. Nice tackle on the play by, who was that, 91? 31? Mike Capecco coming up from linebacker, making the tackle for a loss. That's about a 2-yard loss. Excellent read and tackle by number 32, Mike Capecco. That's exactly what these Cobras need. You know, they're going to run the ball and try to eat the clock. The best thing they could do, though, is stop them and try to get the ball back into Mike Shea's hands so they can make a difference here. 41-26 is your score. Grizzlies over the Cobras with 8 minutes, 5 seconds, and counting. And the Grizzlies are going to swallow as much time as they possibly can. They want that clock to keep ticking, and that's exactly what's happening. But EJ spreading them out. He's got 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Asks for the snap, and he gets it. He's fading out. He gets pressure coming from his left side, trying to make something happen with his feet. Releases the ball, and it's caught open all by himself. Is number 11, and that's a first down play for the Grizzlies. Number 11, Reginald Robinson on the catch. There is a flag on the play. Sometimes you can get unintentional holding when the quarterbacks roll out that way, but let's see what the White Hat has to say about it. They're still discussing it. They might be calling it against the Cobras. Holding. No, it is against the Grizzlies. Great pass and catch on the play. Counts for nothing because of the holding. That's going to push the Grizzlies backwards. Stops the clock as well at 7 minutes 39 seconds while they set the box. And backwards go the Grizzlies. Well, where's that spot? Grizzlies still trying to, or the refs are still trying to figure out where to spot the ball. Let's see what the White House trying to communicate. Holding Grizzlies. Yeah, they're having a hard time figuring out where to spot the ball. But now they finally got it, and that puts them back to the 39-yard line. And E.J. Bogey breaks them out of the huddle. They haven't set the down marker, but they've asked for the clock to run, and that is what it's doing. EJ's got 3 receivers, trip formations to the left, single receiver to the right. Cobra's still in that forefront with a stand-up D end. 2 stand-up D ends, it looks like. Here comes EJ looking. He's just eating the clock. That's exactly what he needs to do. So he's waiting for the snap. He gets it. He's fading back, and here comes the pressure by the Cobras. It forces EJ to roll out right, but he uses his feet to make up the difference. Runs out of bounds. When you need the clock to run, you shouldn't probably go out of bounds. So you have the choice. You can either take the hit and let the clock run or run out of bounds and stop the clock. EJ chose the latter and stops the clock with 7 minutes, 3 seconds left in the game. But great play by EJ Bogany to see that there was nothing available. He felt the pressure to his left. Heads up play to roll out right and make a difference with his feet. I didn't see that penalty. Did you see what that was? There was a flag. That's unsportsmanlike conduct, I believe. So it looks like they're going to push the Grizzlies back even further, making it tougher for EJ and the boys to figure out how to keep this drive alive. Okay, so now here they go to walk off the penalty. 15-yard variety, it looks like. So it was an unsportsmanlike conduct. Sideline interference against the Grizzlies. I know when you're on those sidelines that you want to be as close to the action because you're really emotionally involved, but you got to stay out of the referee's way. And that one cost the Grizzlies quite a bit of yardage. So it's 3rd down and forever for the Mile High Grizzlies. And that's exactly what the Cobras need. With 7 minutes, 3 seconds still left in the game. Big 3rd down play for the Colorado Cobras defense. Well, no, the first down's way over there. Oh, yeah, they got to get to the 17-yard line to get a first down. Oh, they walked it too far off. They said that wasn't a 15-yarder. It was a 10-yarder, I guess. Put another 5 yards on there. But still a very long 3rd down as the ball gets spotted at the 48-yard line. Now they need to get to the 17-yard line to get a first down. So let's see what EJ and the boys got to offer. Of course, he's got the offense spread out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Asking a slot to come in a little closer. He gets it. Scanning the defense. He asks for the snap, and he gets it, and he rolls out right. Fading back, throwing it deep into coverage, and the ball knocked out of the air. Great play on defense by number 24. Yep, number 4, Terrence Norwood. Yeah, number 24? Yeah, number 24, Terrence Norwood. Knocks that pass down, and that makes it 4th and forever for the Mile High Grizzlies. And it looks like they're going to have to punt. So who is that back there to punt? Is that 58? Yep. They don't have a 58. It's got to be 56. Zach and I has already punted it once. They don't have a 58 on their roster. Yes, they do. It's Tyler Bender. I was looking at the wrong roster. Back to punt it. And who is that to receive? Punt is up, and he's kicking it out of bounds. He doesn't want the Cobras a chance to return it. Let's see where the referee decides to spot it. He's still walking backwards, and decides to stop at the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25 for the Colorado Cobras with 6 minutes, 24 seconds left in the game. Grizzlies over the Cobras 41-26. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we are back. This is an important drive for the Colorado Cobras as they're down 41-26. Boy, they're having a hard time figuring out where to spot that ball, but they think they finally get it figured out. And Mike Shea's ready for them when they are. Spreads them out, and he takes the ball, throws it to his left side. Ball is caught, pushed out of bounds. That stops the clock. Was that 88 on the catch? It must have been Dustin Brackett on the catch. Yep, number 88, Dustin Brackett catches it. Got a gain of 2 yards. But now they're running the clock again. That's confusing me. You think if he was out of bounds, that would stop the clock. Or maybe they think he stopped momentum inbounds, and that'll keep the clock rolling. So Shea spreads them out, 2 to the left, 2 to the right, single back formation. There was some motion. Nobody caught it. He's throwing it to his left. There to catch us, number 5. He gets a big block, fighting for extra yardage. He's getting more, finally brought down. That's a first down catch by number 5, Brian Ritter. That'll give the Cobras a first down, but it'll also keep the clock ticking with 5 minutes, 50 seconds. The clock does stop for the movement of the chains, but once those chains are set, the clocks will continue to run. Very important drive for Mike Shea and the Colorado Cobras offense. And he's got them spread out right now, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Again in the defense, he takes a snap. He's looking left, throws it over the middle, a little high, knocked down. It was in the receiver's hands, popped up through his hands, but Luke Koger couldn't get over there to intercept it. They'll take it 2nd and 10 for the Colorado Cobras, but an interception does stop the clock. No, I mean, not an interception, incomplete. I'm sorry. We'll stop the clock. All right, let's see what's going on here with the Cobras offense. Mike Shea's trying to get it figured out. Taking a little bit for him to do it. And he's got it figured out. Here comes his offense. It looks like he's spreading him 3 to the left. Trips formation to the left. Single back. Single receiver is Will Martin. 1-on-1. Fades back. He's looking towards Will. He cuts back inside. He didn't find anything. Rolls out left. Throws the ball. Drops. A catch. There's a flag down on the field. Cobra player is down on the ground. Didn't see who dropped that ball. It might have been 88, Dustin Brackett. But when you're that wide open, you have to make that catch, especially when you're down by as much as you are with little time left. But we've got a player down for the Colorado Cobras. Can't see a number with all the bodies surrounding him. But while we take a break to cover the injury. Oh yeah, his helmet's coming off. He's hurting pretty good. So while we take a break on the injury, number 14, we might not need to break because he looks okay. That's number 14 for the Cobras, James Ray. Very big part of the Colorado Cobra offense. And when you're down this far, that's the last guy you want to take off the field. But for an injury timeout, he has to come off. He has to come off for at least one play. Very upset about the situation, but that's what you got to do, man, when you go down. You got to come off one play. So that means somebody's got to make a big play on offense for the Cobras. But what was the penalty? It looked like, they're calling it a personal foul against the Mile High Grizzlies. So that gives Mike Shea and the Cobras an automatic first down and less yards to have to make up. So that's why James Ray was so upset. And that's what these Cobras need. Get rid of as much yardage as they can. But time is not on their side with 5 minutes, 21 seconds left in the game. Mike Shea's walking up to the line of scrimmage, and he's already showing that this offense is going to spread out. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And here comes Todd Wells across the middle, so we're going to have trips to the right now. 1 to the left. And look at the power on the right side with Todd Wells, Brian Ritter, and Will Martin. Shea looks for protection to his left side, but the referees are still having a conversation over there with head coach of the Mile High Grizzlies, Dennis York. He doesn't like the call that they made. I mean, it's important, but the ball's already been shifted. It's pretty rare that a head coach will lobby well enough to wave off the flag, but let's see if he does a good job or not. And the lobbying didn't work. The penalty still holds. And Mike Shea looked like he was walking up to the line, but it was just communication. I thought he was going to go into center, but he's not. And the ref says, game on. Stack formation to the right, ball to the left. Mike Shea takes a snap. He's fading back. He's looking right. He's rolling right. Releases the ball. Caught by Brian Ritter. Did he come down with it? He did. That's going to be good for a Colorado Cobra first down. Big pass and catch for Mike Shea to number 5, Brian Ritter. That's exactly what the Cobras needed. But did he come in? Did he get pushed out? Or did he have forward momentum? Let's see what they decide to do with the clock, because the clock is stopped now with 5 minutes, 13 seconds left. And they wanted to start, so the clock's rolling. Shea's ready, spreading them out both sides, to the left, to the right. Takes a snap, fades back, looking for some action to the right, throws it across the middle. Catch is there! Knocked down immediately. Number 5, Brian Ritter, doing an incredible job on this drive to keep the chains moving. That's exactly what the Cobras need to do. The clock is stopped at 4 minutes, 59 seconds. But as soon as they reset this box, the clock will roll. So Mike Shea and the boys are in a hurry up. And he's in shotgun, spreading them out still, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. And now they're saying roll the clock. So Shea's got to hurry it up and get that ball snapped out. Shifts his running back to the left for protection. Takes a snap. Good call by Shea because 4 was coming. Gets knocked down. Shea's looking for anybody to open up. Decides to stretch out. The flag is down. The right hat throws a flag. Shea stretches forward trying to gain yards, but instead it's a loss. But let's see what the flag says about that play. Very important flag right here on 1st and goal with 4 minutes, 42 seconds left. And they call it holding. Or did they call it? No, they called it offensive pass interference. Let's see. The white hat will bring it out again. He'll explain himself one more time. He just got to figure out where he's going to spot it. Because I don't know what the confusion is. But the Grizzlies are pointing in the direction of the Cobras, so it's definitely going to be against the Cobras. And that's not what you need when you're down by this many points with very little time left on the clock. But you can't discount the effort by Mike Shea and this offense and the entire Cobra organization. They're down by a lot of points, but their heart is big, it's strong, and they're going to keep trying to win this game. So it's hold. I didn't see that. I think there wasn't holding. What did he do? Oh, he did pass interference. Offensive pass interference. And now he's running the clock. 4 minutes, 42 seconds, and ticking. Still first down, 1st and goal, but now they're pushed back to the 16, 17-yard line. Gives Mike Shea a little bit more room to work with and gives his receivers an opportunity to find a hole in a spread-out zone. But let's see what happens because they fake the blitz, fake off of it. Shea's throwing it to one-on-one coverage. The receiver comes down with it. Number 11 from the Cobras, Will Martin, coming up big on a touchdown when the Cobras needed it. Nice pass, nice catch. Mike Shea to Will Martin. That's put 6 more points up for the Colorado Cobras. They're not going to quit. They're going to fight till the end. Touchdown for the Colorado Cobras. That breaks it to 32-41 with 4 minutes, 17 seconds left in the game. Now, last time they had the ball, they went for 2-point conversion, and it looks like they're setting up for that again. Do they? I wonder if they do not have a place kicker, or they're just trying to catch up to as many points as they possibly can. Well, with the score being 41-32, I guess that's exactly what they have to do. They have to go for 2, and that's what Shea's going to try. He's got 3 to his left, single covered, man-on-man on an island to his right, but the referees blow their whistle, stop the clock, and it's timeout for the Mile High Grizzlies while they figure out what they're going to do on this point after try. While they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout again. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. to get this 2-point conversion to make it a one-possession game. And I believe that the Cobras are going to do everything they possibly can to do that. You got 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Takes a snap. He fades out. He's got one-on-one coverage. And there he is. That's a 2-point try is good by number 11, Will Martin. Mike Shea and the Cobra offense do what they needed to do, and that is drive down the field and score. But there looks like there's laundry on the field, as the Cobra player and the Grizzly players don't seem to be getting along right now. So let's see if that's a post-point penalty or if it'll affect the 2-point conversion. Well, looks like the referee talked to the Cobra player. So if it is against the Grizzlies, you're going to decline that penalty and take the points. Here comes the white hat to explain. It was offsides against the Grizzlies. Cobras don't care because they want the 2 points. And now it is 34-41. It's a one-possession game with 4 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock. The Grizzlies are up by 7. About to kick the ball off. Curious, with 4 minutes left, 4 minutes, 17 seconds, is it time to do an onside and try to get that ball back? But if you don't get it, you give the Grizzlies a shorter field to work with, or you go ahead and kick it away and give the Grizzlies an opportunity to eat the clock. Big time decision here by the coaching staff for the Grizzlies, or the Cobras, and let's see what they decide to do. There we go. All right, the Grizzlies have got 2 returners set in the backfield. They're set up for a normal kickoff. It would be an interesting onside if they tried it. And they do try it. That ball's got to bounce 10 yards. It hasn't done it yet, and the Grizzlies fall on it. That's going to give the Grizzlies excellent field position. And now it's time for the Colorado Cobra defense to step it up, shut these guys down to 3 and out, or create a turnover because there's only 4 minutes, 9 seconds left in this game with the Grizzlies up 41-34. Cobras need a big defensive stand right here. And the fans know it as well. The defense has to do its job here if they stand a chance to stay in this game. But E.J. Bogany and his band of buddies will probably have something to say about that. Interesting huddle he's got there. He's still counting heads to make sure he's got enough guys in the huddle. There, he's had to count himself, and he did it, and he makes 11. So he can get into the huddle now and call the next play. Now, I think if they decide to throw it, everybody would be surprised because their job is to eat clock here. And they've had a lot of success with Chad Carey running the ball. And there's that I formation. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, under center, hands it off Chad Carey. Grizzlies eat him up immediately. Gain of nothing on the play. Exactly what the Cobras need. 3 minutes, 59 seconds on the clock and ticking. And, of course, E.J. Bogany's going to take his time to come to the line because he needs to eat that clock. Let it tick. Again, Colorado Sports TV is excited to have another exciting finish to the Colorado Football Conference. We knew it would be fun to watch, and it hasn't failed. A lot of drama. Offense, defense, special teams, penalties, injuries, everything you want in a football game, you are getting proposals. Everything you want in a football game, you're getting it right here on ColoradoSports.TV. E.J. Bogany's got them in an I formation with 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and he's going to eat as much clock as he possibly can as the back judge starts counting out the play clock. Rolls out left, holds onto the ball. He's running outside. He's got his first down. Gets tackled inbounds. Great play by E.J. Bogany to keep the ball alive in zone so the clock keeps ticking. It will stop to reset the chains, but once the chains are set, is there all way on the other side of the field at about the 45-yard line is an orange piece of cloth. There's a flag on the play. So let's see if that yardage will hold. There comes the white hat. Can't tell which side of the ball is happier about the situation. Offsides against the Cobras. Double offsides. Both penalties are declined. The run counts. They're going to move the chains. It's going to be 1st and 10 for E.J. Bogany and the boys. doing exactly what they needed to do to keep the clock ticking, and as soon as they do, the clock will start at 3:05 and beginning to tick, and the referee wants the clock to move. Having a hard time. There we go, and the clock is running with 3 minutes left in this game. E.J. Bogany is taking his time going to the huddle because that's what he needs to do. He needs to let that clock tick and eat as much time as he can so he can seal the victory for the Mile High Grizzlies. 1st and 10, and the Cobras need a big defensive stand here. So I formation for the Mile High Grizzlies. 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. EJ's under center, waiting for the snap. Gets it, hands it off Chad Carey, who's eaten up immediately by John Big Country Dozier. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it, taking him for a loss of about 2 yards on the play. But now we're stopping the clock. Timeout Cobras. Taking advantage of the timeouts they have left, and I will as well. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And welcome back. We're looking at 2nd and 12. E.J. Bowen, he still needs to get a first down. You got 2 minutes, 19 seconds. The Cobras have something going their way. 2nd and long. They still have a 2-minute warning to go, so that's like an extra timeout. I don't know how many timeouts they've got left. So let's see what E.J. Bowen decides to do. He's putting them in an I formation. 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. He's taking his time, and that's exactly what he has to do. Scanning that defense. Yep, he's eating clock, and here comes the back jug. Start ticking off the play clock. Hands it off to Chad Carey, who finds a hole to the left side. He's gaining extra yardage. Flag of thrown on the play after the big gain. Let's see what that judge in the corner saw. It was a first down run. Excellent run by Chad Carey. But let's see what the penalty is here. He's throwing the flag down at the 10-yard line. So now the referees have to convene. Let's see here. All right, here comes the white hat for the explanation. Taking a little bit. There we go. Holding against the Grizzlies. That'll bring the ball back. Chad Carey doing what he needed to do to keep the clock rolling, but somebody else stopped it by holding on the play. And that'll make it even harder for the Grizzlies. And the clock is running with 2 minutes, 6 seconds left. And E.J. Bogan is going to do the right thing. He's going to let the clock tick down to the 2-minute warning because he needs that time to go away. That's exactly what we've got. 2-minute warning. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of your Colorado Football Conference. And we're back after the 2-minute warning. That means we got exactly 2 minutes left in this game. It's 2nd and 10 after the holding penalty. And E.J. Bogany lines up his offense in an I formation. One-on-one coverage on the left, on the right, because the Cobras know he's going to run it, so they're stacking that box. E.J. takes a snap, hands it off to Chad Carey, bounces outside. He's got some room to work with, cuts back inside, gets the first down. He's still fighting for extra yardage, and in he goes. Chad Carey puts this game away by scoring a touchdown. Very late flag on the field. Chad Carey scores the touchdown, but we'll see if that flag will stop him from scoring that, though. Beautiful run by Chad Carey. He bounced it outside, put on the Jets, made some moves. But let's see what the White Hats say. All the referees are in the huddle, including the Grizzlies are in the huddle. So let's see what they're calling here. Looks like the Grizzlies seem to be happy about something. So let's see if it was a penalty against the Cobras. Multiple Grizzlies put their hands up. Here comes the White Hat out of the huddle. And let's see what he's got to say. Personal foul against the Grizzlies. Touchdown counts, so it'll probably be assessed on the kickoff. So E.J. Bogany and the boys do exactly what they need to do by scoring on the last drive. With 1 minute 50 seconds left in the game, the Grizzlies are up 47-34. That's exactly what the Grizzlies needed to do. It's going to make it much harder for the Cobras to stay in this game. So the kicker sets himself up. The holder asks for the ball. He finally gets it, puts it down. The kick is up, and it is good. The point after try is good. That puts the score at 48-34. Mile High Grizzlies over the Colorado Cobras. 1 minute, 50 seconds left in the game. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV. And we are back with 1 minute 50 seconds left in the game. The penalty was assessed on the kickoff, so that's got the Grizzlies kicking off from the 20, and the Cobras are needing a big return here. And looks like they're going to decide to kick it out of bounds, which is probably not a bad idea, because they don't want a big return on the play by number 11, Will Martin, or number 2, Todd Wells. But it's a penalty, and that'll give the Cobras a pretty good field position to start this drive with 1 minute 46 seconds left. But it's a two-possession game. They're down by 14 points with 1 minute 46 seconds. They need points, and they need them fast. But Mike Shea's got the weapons to pull it off. But the Cobras know it. You know that ball's going to go in the air, and they're going to try to get it deep. So let's see what the Cobras decide to do here, and if the Grizzlies can answer to it. All right, Mike Shea is spreading them out. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Shea's in a shotgun. You got Will Martin on an island all by himself against press coverage, but there's a safety over the top to watch him. He cuts back inside. Mike Shea's rolling left, and he knows there's nothing there, so he throws that ball incomplete on purpose to stop the clock. Will Martin's asking for a pass interference, but he's not getting it. Nobody saw. And there comes a late flag again, coming from the white hat. What could he have possibly have happened for him to throw such a late flag? They're having a conversation. We're looking for a spot of infraction. Intentional grounding is the call on Mike Shea. He wasn't outside the tackles. And if you're not outside tackles, you can't just throw it to the ground like that. And that costs them even more yardage. And that's exactly what the Cobras don't need right now. With 1 minute, 38 seconds left in this game. Down by 14 points. Grizzlies over the Cobras 48-34. And let's see if Shea can make up for it here. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right in the shotgun. And the Grizzlies are fading back because they know it's going to be thrown, but they leave a big hole open, but they did that on purpose because they knew they'd be there for the wrap-up, clean-up tackles. It's a completion, but the clock continues to tick. Oh, wait, why are they stopping the clock now? Timeout by the Cobras. I think that's going to have to be their last timeout. So as they take a break, we will as well. 1 minute, 26 seconds left in the game. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. And we are back. We've got 1 minute, 26 seconds left in the game. And Mike Shea needs points, and he needs them fast. Takes a quick snap. He's got a little bit of pressure. There's a flag thrown. One-on-one. Pass is incomplete. Broken up on the play by 26. But there was laundry just after the snap. So let's see what's going on now. Referee calls the side judge up for an explanation. A lot of flags here towards the end of this game. Let's see what they decide to call here. Checking the spot, we've got illegal shift against the Cobras. Cobras need to be moving the ball forward, but instead they're moving it backwards. And here we go. This could be the game sealer because they've got 4th down on the marker. So that's a loss of down for them as well. So it's 4th and long, 1 minute 23 seconds. If Mike Shea doesn't get a first down on this play, the Grizzlies can come out and kneel on the ball since the Cobras are out of timeouts. There's the snap. He's fading back. Looking across the middle, he throws it, and Brian Ritter is there with the catch. That's exactly what the Cobras needed was a first down play, and that's exactly what Brian Ritter gave them. First down on 4th and long. Beautiful pass for Mike Shea. Brian Ritter did a great job of snagging that thing out of the air. Keeps the drive going. Clock is stopped at 1 minute 17, but that's only until they set the chains. So Mike Shea and his horsemen are ready to hurry up, and he gets the snap. He's looking to his left, throwing to one-on-one coverage. Intercepted! Who is that, 23? Number 23 of the Mile High Grizzlies does exactly what he needs to do. He was down earlier with cramps, but comes out, makes the game-ending play with an interception. Luke Koger coming up big for the Mile High Grizzlies. And now there's one formation left to do, and that's the victory formation. As E.J. Bogany and his Mile High Grizzlies are going to win this game, but 48-34 with 1 minute, 1 second left in the game. Beautiful interception by Luke Koger. He had a difficult game, but makes a big play We needed to. Great fight, great game, battling both sides. Proud of the Cobras, proud of the Grizzlies. Incredible action here at ColoradoSports.TV. Proud to be covering the Colorado Football Conference. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so should be down. Yeah, it should be time to kneel on the ball. So EJ's breaking up. Let's see what they're doing. It doesn't exactly look like victory formation, but it's hard to tell. There, now they're running the clock. Did he kneel down? He did. Because now they're asking for the clock to wind down. 53 seconds left on the clock. Are they going to have to do one more kneel? Yeah, they are going to have to do that. He's letting the clock tick. Fans are standing up. Everybody's getting ready. Beautiful game day. 48-34. Grizzlies over the Cobras. And that is it. The kneel down is good, and this game will be over. Grizzlies over the Cobras. 38-34. Thank you for watching ColoradoSports.TV's coverage of the Colorado Football Conference. God bless.